Welcome to the den. Big talk, no bark. Welcome to the den. Kings don't flinch, we don't follow trends. Truth gets raw when the lions defend. So take a seat, speak up where the real men vent. Mic on fire, wisdom in the pen. Respect ain't given, gotta earn it in the den. No mask, no lies, no safe pretend. This ain't a show, it's the lion's den. I've been stamped up, borders don't bind me. Dropping truth bombs from Ghana to the Thai seas. YouTube sold you dreams of beach queens and flights, but I show you real talk, not thumbnails and hype. Ain't about flexing, I'm exposing the game, where culture meets choices, not clout for fame. Black man travels, I elevate the route, not just girls in the frame, but what manhood's about. Borders don't bind me, dropping truth bombs from Ghana to the Thai seas. YouTube sold you dreams of beach queens and flights, but I show you real talk, not thumbnails and hype. Ain't about flex, I'm exposing the game, where culture meets choices, not clout for fame. Black man travels, I elevate the route, not just girls in the frame, but what manhood's about. What manhood's about. What manhood's about. I'm fearless with the data, cut from a rare breed. Cyber-trained vet with the tools that you need. Break bread on the mic, blueprinting your mission. From crypto to code, I decode your position. Been married 7 deep, still sharp as a tack. Talk legacy, freedom, how to never look back. Podcast ain't therapy, it's elite consultation. You step in here, respect the conversation. Warrior poet, seasoned vet with scars and lessons. Call me Ronin Lone Wolf, but I lead the pride. Gulf War scars and a sharper mind. From Somalia's heat to boardroom biz, I've lived 10 lives just to speak like this. PTSD in my rear view, still moving with poise. Now I show these young kings how to silence the noise. No gimmicks, no scripts, just war-tested truth. This ain't YouTube clout, this is mentoring youth. Big talk, no bark, welcome to the den. Alpha minds only, we don't blend in. Voice to the voiceless, fatherhood and grit. Step to the mic and don't ever quit. Don't ever quit. Welcome to the den. Welcome to the den. Alpha minds only, we don't blend in. Voice to the voiceless, fatherhood and grit. Step to the mic and don't ever quit.
Yay! It's Friday night. You already know what time it is. It's Lion's Den. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Lion's Den. We're going to unpack a narrative today shaping Black men's choices in travel. Tonight, we're asking, how is the media, news, social coverages portraying Black men on the move? Are we escaping? Are we exploring? Or are we being unfairly framed? And I'm saying Black men as a whole because it can fall in passport bros, veterans, and everything else too. So from racial profiling to trivialization, mainstream platforms have long portrayed Black men as threats. We're criminals. We're too aggressive, simply dangerous. Even in travel sphere, Black men by media standards are made out to look like criminals in the movies and everything else. So, you know, are we still being portrayed like that? Are we still having to break down barriers when we go into these countries to disrupt what the media has already portrayed? And obviously, are the passport pookies and everybody else that are traveling for clicks and views, are they giving us a bad look? So with that, Fearless, my brother, you are over in Colombia.
Yes, sir. I'm in Colombia. I'm in Colombia right now. I'm shooting some stuff. I'm trying to see what I can do. How much will $20 buy me?
Uh-oh.
So I've already
wait. Let's clean that up. What are you talking about for the $20 though?
Whatever, man. Whatever I can get for $20.
Hey.
For $20. Yeah, $20, a dollar make it holler.
Hey, I got to put out a disclaimer. I do not condone any malicious behavior when it comes to marriages and breaking them up. So I'm just putting that out.
All I'm doing is so I'm not doing that. I came in, I got in, and I said the first thing, my room wasn't ready. So, I started my videos, and the first thing I got was my nails manicured. I got my feet manicured. I got a pedicure and a manicure. That cost me, was it 2,500 pesos, 25,000, which was $6. And then I went and got me an arepa. That was about a whole meal. So that was like $2. So I'm seeing what $20 will get me. So right now I'm only at about $10, and I done had food. I got my drink, got my nails done and my toes done.
Wait. What was that drink?
Oh, no, this is just a soda. This just
okay,
just
yeah, because I know you're weak ass over there.
Oh, but I got
no. Yeah, you'll be cutting that little bottle all night with that Coke.
They don't be mad at me. So I'm seeing what I can get for my stay here. I'm gonna hook up with one of the other passport bros.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, I do like this area because there is no there's not. I'm in Bogota. In Bogota, there's not that many black people, man. It's a rarity that you're gonna see it. So you don't see all that.
You blending in real good over there, then.
Oh, I'm blending in good. Actually, they high yellow over here, man. So it's a great thing. So I don't see all that hooligan. I didn't see it. I did see on the plane. I don't know, hooligan stuff. The stewardess kind of made fun of her. She came on wearing a wig. And then she had a mannequin with a wig on.
Wow.
Like, you couldn't pack the wig. So.
Yo, not that we're condoning airlines. Who'd you fly on?
Oh, I went with Spirit, baby. Spirit got me gold. Matter of fact, the woman even, look, she asked me, was there anything I wanted? And I was like, I need them jacks. Man, that woman brought over like 5 jacks, man. Just dumped them. Here you go, sir. Here you go. Go ahead.
She didn't throw them on the house, though. She charged.
No charge. No charge. I wasn't paying for no 5 Jack Daniels at $10 a pop in there. Heck no.
What?
It was a house. She knew. She knew where Fearless was flying at, baby. But I don't see all that hooligan stuff here, but I noticed it on the way. So we're gonna talk about it, man. And entirely different here. I was talking, I'm filming. I was even talking to the cab driver. And that's what he was saying. It's just a different aspect. So if y'all see I'm different here. I'm not in the Fearless.
Yeah, man, you looking like you over there in the studio. Got a gold curtain in the background. I think you set that up, man. What's going on?
They know how they do it, man. They knew I was coming.
I still need to fix up my array back here. You know what I'm saying? I'm still moving in. So
I got to do 2 shout outs. Let me get my phone and I'm gonna tell you the first shout out.
All right.
Seconds. I don't want to forget this, brother, and I'm sorry that I didn't.
Let me shout out some people in the chat. Appreciate everybody stopping in to the Lions Den. I know there are a lot of guys going live tonight, so we appreciate you stopping in and dropping a comment and participating in the live. First brother I want to shout out is LJ, the Southern Vegan, a great supporter of the show, all of our channels. Appreciate you, brother, for stopping in.
Before we skip past LJ, I just want to say, we are more on these channels, more than just content creators. We actually are real people. And I had to go to a family reunion that was in Mississippi. And on my way back, I texted the brother and said, hey, I'm going to be coming right through your area, man. And so we met up with LJ. We did it the hood way. Where you going to meet at the gas station? So met at the gas station on the way through. He didn't really have a lot of time. I was going to take that brother to get him something to eat and drink. And we did stop and get, I'm going to tell you this though. I'm gonna LJ. I'm looking for the picture we took together. I do understand why you a vegan, brother. Because man, I ain't gonna never let that brother recommend no barbecue to me again. I'm never.
Oh, it wasn't good barbecue.
There's a difference between Texas barbecue and everywhere else.
Oh, I
didn't know that until I went there. I was like, oh, yeah.
You got Kansas City. Come on, man. I'm from Kansas City. Kansas City barbecue, different Texas barbecue. There's a whole argument about how barbecue, North Carolina barbecue, they got a white sauce. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let's not get there. Let's not go there because I got my own dry rubs, recipes, all kind of sauces for different types of meat. Don't mess with me, bro. The barbecue is definitely the thing.
If I was living in Mississippi, I'd be a vegan too. Straight up.
Oh, wow. Are you saying the barbecue was just straight trash?
Oh man, it was like it was trash. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
Ooh, LJ.
It was trash.
Defend your peoples, man. Defend your peoples. He's saying the Mississippi barbecue is straight trash.
It was garbage. Now they might know how to do some grits and cornbread. You know, so hey, this us meeting up. You see, we there. This us. We there.
All right now.
We on it.
Yeah.
So but other than that, good people, man, good person, good guy. LJ tall too. Don't let him fool you, man. He might be about.
Oh yeah, I could tell he was taller than you.
Yeah, he was about 6'8" up on. You know, I'm only like 6 foot. He might be 6'8", 6'9". You know.
Yeah, you pushing that 6 foot by maybe a couple millimeters.
Heels on. I'm gonna push it all the way. But good brother, you know, we trying to get him to travel. He's planning the trip to DR soon. You know, he just got the kids. I don't think I'm gonna let him know this. Man. And here's one thing where they're gonna fail. If your kids, especially, you know, nothing wrong with Mississippi, my family from there. But if you go from Mississippi, not even Jackson, like a rural, not a rural part, but you know, it's the country. You go from Mississippi, you can come where like Columbia or DR, man, his kids might run away. Oh. It's gonna be dangerous. His kids really might run away. He might go down there and then he might not find them. They might change their name, their ID. It's going to hit them in a way that they're not going to be able to take. It's a whole different thing. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Shit, I didn't give my other shout out, man. I'm sorry. I'm talking about LJ.
I was about to go through the rest of them. David Dice, appreciate your family for stopping in.
No, I got to give a shout out to, and I'm sure he does this for you also.
Yeah, I got old boy from Cash App. Yeah,
Steven Smith.
Steven Smith.
Man,
my brother.
Brother. This brother is on it all the time. Steven sends a cash out just because every month, just because we just on a rotation.
Yeah,
ain't nothing out there just to say I'm supporting the show, man. So I gotta help a brother out.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, Steven Smith is as well for me. Thank you for the cash app. Always in the replays, always following back up with the show, and drops a couple bucks to each channel. And we really appreciate the love and the attention, because you don't have to do that, and you do. You just take that extra step instead of just replaying and hitting the like button and making a comment to actually drop a cash out. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. So those two shout outs were good. The rest of the ones in the room, David Dice, fam, appreciate you for stopping in. We see Drew.
Hey, David Dice, man. Shout out to David Dice. He became a subscriber to my other channel, 360 Fearless. I seen that he subscribed.
Okay.
Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you very much for that subscription. You know, that's how we're going to make it. One subscription and one view at a time.
One bite at a time, baby. And then our brother Passport Blueprint over there, send him some information. He's doing some restructuring on his channel as well, as are we. We are trying to restructure some things and get some more exposure when it comes to our channels and our shows. So always looking for comments, input, things that you'd like to hear us have conversations about. I don't want us to sound like an echo chamber, even though it could be in this room. We all call and hold each other accountable, but from one show to another show, and I'm talking about other YouTubers, I don't want to always have the same conversation. I mean, there's a point where you can beat the conversation to death before you even put your 2 cents in. So I get everybody likes to have their opinions on certain subjects, but we like to kind of veer away from all the similar subjects. And this will probably be the last one we go into unless it's a high demand. And this one's been going on for about a week or two. About a week since Paul Pierce put this out. And then also, you know, some of the other things that are going on in the industry when it comes to Black men traveling and how the media portrays us, especially what's going on in Sosua right now. A lot of the travel content creators are talking about the different raids that are going on for the criminality and the illicit sexual transactions and different things that's called Operation Atlantico, but nobody brings up the legitimate operation in Sosua that's going on right now. They talk about all the hype, but they're not giving you the background behind it. So while we pull out our truths and everything else, want to keep the conversation going. Black Man Travels, welcome. I know you were back there getting it in.
Yeah, I was hungry, man. I had to eat something.
Do you want to make any comments so far on the initial topic when we're talking about how the media is portraying us before we get into some of these videos?
If anything, I want to take a moment of silence to acknowledge Theo, who I know him as Theo from Bill Cosby.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, definitely want to give a moment of silence. Man passed away while vacationing, and also I want to recognize all the fallen soldiers, fallen Black men who passed away while traveling, man. So if we could give them that one moment of silence, let's do that, and we can start the show.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
There were several actors that had died, and we said they usually come in threes, but I think it's like 4 or 5 people. Hulk Hogan passed away, Ozzy Osbourne, Chuck Mangione. I don't know if you're into music, but Chuck Mangione back in the 80s and 90s, he plays a trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Great musician. He passed away right along with Malcolm Jamal Warner. And I don't know who this other person is, Practicalities. I'm gonna have to look that one up, but he passed away.
Ozzy, man, he kind of did it the right way. He kind of knew he was coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
He knew his life was coming to an end, and he said, "I want to throw a concert. I want to get that one last go." So he did a concert about 3 weeks, a month before he died. Wow. So he knew. I mean, that's a good way to say, I'm tying up all loose ends.
Talking about going out in style, bro. You go one last concert in you, and you know you're about to go. Wow. Yeah.
And the one thing he said, guys, I'm gonna let you know this. He said that he probably wouldn't have made it without his wife. He's like, she should have left me a long time ago. And she's still
they were at a point where I think they were living separate. They were separated at first, and then she circled back around, and they got back together and held it together for the family and rekindled their love for each other. And I think he started developing autism or something like that.
Parkinson's, I think Parkinson's.
Yeah.
But let's get to this topic, brothers. I'm not going to be in too long. Brother is tired, and I want to get straight into it. No, let's skip all past the nuance. Let's get straight to the meat potatoes.
All right. So some of this conversation started with Paul Pierce and his Truth After Dark podcast show that he hosts. So we're going to get into this, and then we'll get into some of the things that Ricky Smiley said behind it and the contradiction behind what he says on the mic and what he says at home, because I even have him saying something contrary to what he initially said on the show. So we're going to start off with the originator, Paul Pierce, and his show Truth After Dark. If you haven't subscribed to Paul Pierce's show, these NBA athletes, NFL athletes, these guys are blowing up the scene when it comes to internet and podcasts and topics. And obviously they're able to put a lot of high profile people on their show. So a lot of great entertainment out there on these podcasts. But I'm going to go ahead and run this.
I'm going to say this about them real quick, and then you can play.
Right.
I think what's happening is they really were behind because, you know, if you're living in the superstardom.
Man, I'm
sorry. Go ahead.
If you're living in superstardom and you're doing everything, you know, you living in that lifestyle, you're not living like the regular person. Then all of a sudden you not with that fame anymore. You know, the lights aren't on you, you're not playing. And then you get to see women and things how they really are. So when they say, man, hold up, this is really how it is. See, when you're a superstar and you're making all that money, it doesn't really mean anything. You know the groupies. But then when you're tired of the groupies and you say, well, I'm ready to settle, I'm ready to do this. And then you look around and say, damn, these dudes was right the entire time. Even me as a b-ball player see this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. And you come from that environment where you see it, you know, from playing in, you know, college level football to, you know, your experiences in the world afterwards. So I get it, you know. All right. We're going to go ahead and start with the initial comment and a conversation that sparked the conversation over several different platforms. MTR, even our brother Love Crossing Borders crossed this bridge the other day. So, like I said, we don't want to keep on beating a dead horse, but it is a conversation that a lot of people are having.
Official couple online, everything. So he said, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out the country with it. The princess of Dubai. She's going. Yeah. She looks like.
How does she become the princess?
I have no idea. She obviously is the
daughter of a queen.
Yeah, or a king.
Come on, Paul. How does she become a princess? You obviously you were born into being a princess, Paul. Come on, brother. I know.
Hold up. I got it. I'm taking up for Paul because how many chicks you meet over here and be like, I'm a queen, and he probably like, how you become a queen? So he probably thinking like, is she a real princess or she just call herself? You know, black people, we call ourselves princess.
I mean, some people are named princess. My girl's last name, you know,
my name princess. So he probably was like, is she a real princess? How she become a princess? So I got to help Paul out with that. You know, in our community,
I'm gonna let that one slide, but we know some of you brothers over there playing sports are a little lightheaded on the smarts arena. You know what I mean? But we'll go ahead and push this button real quick.
Jeez, that's major.
So he's out and about with her, living their best life. She's like this blonde situation. She's like white. She's appreciation night. Some out.
Man, I'm telling you,
out the country.
Us black men, I'm telling y'all, we need to follow in French Montana steps. You see, he cracking.
He's cracking.
He like, man, I'm out here with these. No, I'm good.
Don't listen to Paul. There's women in the States that are cool and a vibe.
Nah, it ain't. The States
so there's
women.
Now, that started the conversation when he said everybody needs to follow, the brothers in the States need to follow French Montana. That's what sparked up Ricky Smiley's ears, as you'll hear on his rebuttal on his show. It was him saying that brothers need to go ahead and pay attention to these foreign women. And then he's going to go into further detail, but Ricky Smiley perked up on that point alone. Now, obviously, it's not a usual thing for a brother to meet somebody that's super wealthy overseas. Okay. Usually they're kind of kept within their own society. They already have other wealthy men. They travel in the same circles. So some families already have prearranged marriages or introductions and things like that. It's very rare. And obviously he's a music producer / entertainer. So he has access, and he's Moroccan born. So it's not necessarily a typical thing, a brother traveling and running into somebody of that level and actually being able to handle a relationship. Very rare. But go ahead.
I don't think it's impossible. I think what happens is a lot of us don't think we deserve it.
That's true.
You know, you go over there and you meet somebody like that and you just don't even think you deserve that. You know, why do I deserve it? Am I that good? We put the women so high up in status. We don't think that we deserve that type of treatment, that type of status over there.
Okay.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna keep interrupting. I'm gonna let this flow.
No. We gotta interrupt so we don't get no copyrights. That's why I got the button on the floor. We don't want to get no hits on no copyrights. Black man, what do you think about that? Do you think it's a rarity for brothers to meet a woman of substance and of wealth while you're traveling, or you think it's happening more often now?
No, I think it just really depends on where you expose yourself. If you're going to the places where all the whores are, yeah, you're not going to meet that. If you surround yourself like where the middle class, upper class people go, you network, you learn the language, learn the culture, conduct yourself accordingly, look presentable, I think you have the same chance of any other locals in that country to meet a.
I think he muted himself.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You just dropped out the end part.
Sorry about that. I got distracted. Yeah, I think if you apply yourself in any country, you can meet a very successful woman in that country. But again, are you willing to put in the work? And let's just be honest, most guys are not willing to put in the work.
That's very true. All right, we're going to go ahead and push this and let them continue their conversation.
The States women, they don't have the same values as these women overseas. They value they men. They priorities they men first. They not shaking ass on Instagram every
Not
day.
every woman is doing that, Paul.
That's a,
Wait. Did you catch how quickly she wanted to respond to that negative conversation about women shaking their ass? She jumped on that like, kick dog hollers.
Mm-hmm.
No, not every woman does that. Okay, let's.
That's American women. That's the majority.
No, not every woman is doing that though. I'm not doing that.
There's
So
more women in America doing that than out the country.
I can agree, but they're out the country. Women are getting paid $25 to have.
But they keep
There's the
thinking
fine
this.
line.
I don't know where she going to get this $25. But man, I don't. And that's when somebody see. This is what happens, man. This girl is talking from no knowledge and just guessing, thinking, "Oh, some dude is paying $25 for the yin yang." Yeah, right. I don't know what they think.
See, that's the sign language of demeaning behavior to shame, insult Black men from why and their purpose of wanting to travel. They're demeaning the Black men that are traveling for other reasons besides for just the box. By demeaning the women that are over there, they're cheap, and that's all you're going over there for. So she's trying to insult and shame the men that are listening to the podcast the minute she said that.
But by her own, that's some good stuff. By her own, it is. I put tequila in there. By her own saying, if you had $200, you should be able to get that. And here, you can pay that $200 to go out and still not get that treatment. Because what she's saying is just a money thing. If you pay $25, that's why a girl's being submissive. So if I pay $250, they should be submissive, and that's still not the case. And I don't want to take over. I just seen on the plane, there was a guy, he was working for Mr. Beast, and he said what surprised him was this. Mr. Beast was going to have a party on a yacht. And so he thought, I'm going to get these girls come on the yacht. All they got to do to get on the yacht is like a little competition. They're going to film it for YouTube. He said, do you know how hard it was to get these chicks on the yacht? None of them want to do a competition. 90% had already been on a yacht. So when he's like, hey, you can be on a yacht, they're like, and like that meant nothing to them. A lot of them thought they should get on free. It was like they were already entitled to that position. Like, I've already been on a yacht. I don't have to do anything to get back on a yacht. And you should put me on there anyway. And he was just like, this is crazy that somebody at already the age of 18, he's like, I'm 30 and I've never been on a yacht. He's like at 18. Right. And all the things he had to do just to get there, who had to work for it, he's like, they're entitled. So the money still here does not, you can say, I'm going to put you on a yacht, and they still feel like, and I've already done that. It's the entitlement. So money means nothing.
Yeah, you're going to notice, like somebody we use on our show, I'll say it, Georgia, whenever we bring up a solid point, the first thing she wants to cross-reference is her personal life and her personal friends. Not in general, what's going on in the world. She only wants to talk about her surrounding circle. So you'll see her fall back on that defense. Well, I don't do that. And then you already know what the next comment's going to be.
Have sex with anybody. Colombia, go there, Brazil. So please kill it. Because I know. And y'all want to glorify these out the country women. These out the country women, you give them $30 and they're sucking you and all your homeboys' dicks in one night. So stop trying to glorify that. I'm sick of it. Anyways, yeah.
I mean, only difference.
He had to breathe a couple times.
I'm just processing all of this, man, and it's ironic. I live in Atlanta. I'm from Miami, Florida. I live in Chicago. Dude, I could bang a chick here in the States for free. I know girls who got train ran on them for free. So this whole notion about, you have to go overseas to do all those things is bullshit. When I was in college, dudes were running trains on females like nothing. I attended sex parties. Like, I seen some of the wildest shit that you never thought that this woman is capable of doing. She is doing it. So when you try to like belittle a group of women based on where they from, while making wild ass assumption where your eyes never seen that happening, is bullshit. I mean, shit. At one point, we had Backpage, where you could literally smash for $20.
You didn't break out that old school page. There, you dating yourself.
You know what? No, seriously, we're gonna like talk about this. Let's talk about Craigslist. I'm gonna take it a little bit further. Craigslist.
Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna take it a little bit further. Yahoo Chat. Who never Yahoo Chat?
Yeah, back in the dial-up days. What you talking about,
dude? I mean, the thing is, I hate when women like this try to like belittle other women from these countries, making themselves more than what they are. Where literally, right now, there's an app called T App where married women are sleeping around with a bunch of men, and it's on video.
Right.
So I mean, it's just ironic that when they quick to say that, it's like you don't realize how dumb and ignorant you sound, knowing that this shit happen in our backyard every single day. Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, LA, New York, shit, even the small little hick towns in Nebraska, Ohio, Iowa. This is happening every single day. Someone's getting smashed for $5 or for some chicken wings and fries.
Damn, not chicken wings and fries.
Chicken wings and fries. Trust me, I've seen it happen plenty of times.
So here, I remember this guy kind of told a joke, and I'm gonna mess it up, where he asked a girl, because would he sleep with her, and she was like, no. He's like, well, for $1 million. He's like, for $5. She's like, what kind of girl do you think I am? Meaning, she was still a hoe. It was just the level of hoe she was. So what this lady is saying on here, basically, they'll go overseas and the girl will do it for $5. So you're just a more expensive person if you're doing it for $50 or $500. What's the difference? You still the same girl. All it is your price is different. You have a different price for selling out. Your morals didn't change. Your price tag changed. That's all. So I hate when somebody says that, like you're trying to make yourself better because the price is different. You still the same person. You still that girl that would do it. You just doing it for a different price.
Again, we say you don't jump from the matrix, and you're not escaping any kind of matrix. You're jumping from one set of rules to another. The same shit you're talking about is being done by these other women in other cities, in other countries. Sorry, it's still being done here.
I mean, look, Fearless, Roland, and myself, we could go to a bar and they're hooking up with a chick at the bar for free. What's the difference? Like, people need to stop making themselves more than what they are because they live in the United States versus someone that's from a so-called third world country. We need to stop using those words. But hey, man, you can smash anything you want if you put in work for it.
Right.
Roll with it.
All right, we're gonna push this button and then we'll go to the super chats. I'll see you guys. Thank you.
Between there and here is the price is up over here.
Yeah,
that's the only difference.
Don't try to say their values are so different than I should.
And she's getting mad.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad? Why are you so angry? And that's the thing. Why are American women are always angry when we reference foreign women? Even women from other countries that live in the United States, once you mention foreign women from that country, they get mad.
She's smoking hot, and she knows it's not even about her. But they, for some reason, they always have to interject themselves in the conversation. We had this with Thursday night therapy session. She's supposed to be impartial, and every so often, depending on the topic, she would inject her personal opinion and her experiences into the general conversation as if, nah, you guys are just lost. No, we're not.
I mean, the Global Spinner made a valid point. What about freaking Black College Weekend in Daytona Beach? Shit, you come to Miami, we had Memorial Day weekend, we had spring break. Dude, you know how many women were getting their backs blown out for free in the alley? And they would clean up and go back to the hotel room. Like, man, let me stop.
I hate to say it, old girl moved down to Georgia because of Freaknik. I mean, what does that say about you? You're moving to a whole state because of a situation that happens once a year. That's what got your interest up. Let me get to these super chats. Thank you, Darnell, for the first super chat of the night. Darnell with the $10 super chat. Appreciate the super chat, the support of the channel and the show. Black men have been targeted by the media since long before I was born. Played a clip of the birth of a nation in 1915. The famous 1988 Willie Horton ad. Earl Ford Jr. in 2000, the ad in 2006. I mean, goddamn, Darnell, you really getting detailed with these. I can't even remember half of the things you're bringing up, but I'm sure you're right on point. I do remember Birth of a Nation. And yeah, we've always been looked down upon, even before the electronic social media, even in the news articles that were printed. We're always darker than what we are. We're always less intelligent. We're described with very descriptive, violent words when it comes to who we are as individuals. So I agree with you. What you got to say about that, Fearless?
Like I said, it's about that equality that they don't want. I just seen was it an Uber driver? A black man and a black woman robbed them. Both did it. She get probation, he get 10 years. They both did the same crime. Not only the same crime, they did the crime together. Nobody's standing up for those rights.
And for some reason, she's probably the accessory to the crime, so she got the lesser of the sentences. But there's a lot of women that control men so deeply. She could have been the orchestrator of the crime and had him as the muscle, but now he's going down as the orchestrator.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way they can flip it. Shout out to True Prodigy for the $5 super sticker. Appreciate that. I don't know the phrase that they use on Zoom's channel, but we appreciate the love and the support of the channel for the $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. And then one more from Darnell, who's now the official sponsor. If I'm the only one to challenge that, hit the cash app, hit our super chats. Definitely challenge this man because he definitely knows how to contribute to the show, and we appreciate it. Darnell Elliott for the $10 super chat. He says, Black men have always been portrayed in the media as lustful, violent, brute beasts, or ignorant and lazy. The Dallas Evening News was notorious for portraying Black men in the narrative light when I was a child. And I know you didn't grow up in Dallas. You grew up from Ohio area. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you still have the racial undertones here in the southern regions and all the different states down here. So yeah, you always have that undertone of the good old boy network, who's running the town, and to kind of creep around and watch your step a little bit, because you never know who you're going to be dealing with, especially at night, especially with the police and everything else. I mean, hell, there are places in Kansas, you ever hear of children in the corn? They ain't halfway untrue. You don't want to be in some, what do they used to say, sundown towns? You don't want to be going through certain parts of, Kansas, Missouri, places like that. And obviously Vegas, with the mob and everything else, there's things you didn't want to say or be buried out in the desert. So I definitely agree with you there.
Let's keep it going.
All right.
I'm gonna let that woman
Saying
go.
like right now, if you ain't taking a girl shopping, if
Back.
you ain't got no bread,
Back.
It's almost impossible to get a girl out here.
Thank you.
If you ain't doing that, like you go overseas, you can get a broke.
And that's coming from a ball player that's like, yo, I ain't even trying to dish out that much cash just to have your attention. So for us, mere underlings to somebody that makes millions of dollars over a career, he ain't willing to do it. Why are we simping to do it?
Because it's still the same simp. He just had to simp on a different level.
Oh, Lord.
My McDonald's is his steakhouse. You know, my Coach purse is his Birkin bag. My Spirit flight is his first class private jet.
Right. It doesn't matter. The level is the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, right? Go overseas, he got a couple hundred.
He can get her because he got a couple.
He gonna feel appreciated. Man, so it's a difference. You know what I'm saying is true.
I do know what you're saying, but I will say, like, I don't like the whole values thing. And I think that I have to stop. I think for me, it's like, it's a personal thing because it's like, I know I'm not like that. And I have friends that I know are really not like that. So
there it is. I know I'm not like that. But you can make a conscious effort to make an observation of all the other Black women in the community and can say the majority of them are. And I think she's going to back up and say that later. But then she's always going to flip it. Oh, well, we're just as bad as you guys.
I surround myself with women who are like really have morals, have values, have all the things that really like are amazing, bring a lot to the table. So it's like, yeah, I may be a little biased in the sense of that, but I do understand the majority of women out here are trash. I can fuck with that and I can feel you. And I feel like because of that, men are also trash. I feel like it's a bunch of trash just swimming around. And I feel like we just have to reset and clean it up.
So like based on like American women values or us as American people values as a Black man here, why would I want to pursue an American woman who thinks that if I'm not on the internet shaking ass or showing my body off, that I'm not cracking, because that's what the majority think. And that's what the majority do to just feel appreciated. Like how do I even have a relationship when I'm dating a girl and she on the internet thing, turning around.
You love to do the turning around.
Doing all this. But then the day she get mad at me, when every day they flooding her comments, complimenting her like, oh, you look so good, baby. Like, how do I compete with that in a relationship when you getting all these compliments on the day? How do I compete?
You know what
I
it
can't
is?
give you enough compliments throughout the day that's going to compete with what you going to get on the internet.
But you want to know what it
saying?
is? Let me tell you something. Women need to really get into a reality check.
This is where she backs up and turns around and flips everything she just said to actually saying women are delusional. Check this out.
Because all those compliments are false sense of reality. No, none of that is quality. None of those men are serious. None of those men are going to take you serious. And I feel like women, they get men in their DMs, they get these comments, and they get this inflated ego. When in reality, you need to come back down to earth, because half y'all don't look how y'all look on the internet. Number one, you don't look like that in real life.
The women?
The women. You don't
Right.
look how you
All
look
right.
on the
Now let's
internet,
talk.
bro. You
Right.
don't. When I see you in real life, you look like a different person. You put
Right.
way too much face app on, bro. And at the end of the day, when you get all those compliments online, understand that that don't amount to shit. Half of those men are not going to ever take you serious. The other half of those men is not even real. They probably fucking bots. And the little bit of celebrities that you have in your DMs are probably not really going to ever take you serious, sweetheart. Because a real man with integrity, morals, who really wants to have a family is not going to take a woman that's shaking ass on the internet serious. Because if I was a man, I would automatically sexualize you and I would just want to fuck. Period, point blank.
Why are women getting offended when men sexualize women who do that?
Boom. She just set a bar after all that other stuff and trying to shame. She just set a whole bar.
Man. I'm looking up who she was or who she is.
Eliza?
Huh?
think she's done a couple different shows. Hold on.
He's publicly.
No, brother. She done can't. I'm gonna tell you why. You wanna know why her friends wasn't like that? I know why her friends wasn't. She said when her friends wasn't shaking her butt, they butt. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, right here. You see that?
Hold on, it's coming up. Oh,
that's who she used to be. Oh, that's her. She lost it. It was her.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that she lost the weight, but you see why her friends was how they were.
Wow. So you saying she was in a birds of a feather flock together type of situation.
She was a big girl. So she was a big one. Her friends wasn't getting they wasn't shaking nothing on the internet. You can't shake all that like that.
Nah, I mean, there's some brothers out there that like all that too. You know, they like the number 10. If you catch what my drift is.
You know what? After seeing that picture, I think that's the reason why she gotten so emotional about the whole topic.
Yep.
The fact that at one point she wasn't chosen at all.
Exactly. Everybody overlooked it.
Yeah. And so now she got the look. She carried his arrogance, but I'm like, but I bet you deep down inside she still see that fat woman.
She insecure.
Yeah, big time. And it showed during that podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and hold up. I got to read the $5 super chat from David Dice because he's on point with this one. Thank you for the $5 super chat. He said, this is the same lady who was bragging about her sex game a week ago after being generous with her box to multiple dudes. Again, you just confirmed that Black Man Travels by the way you were saying. I understand. I understand why you're talking about that. Yes, you are one of those kick dogs that are hollering based on his general comment because you were one of those ladies until you took action and lost the weight and did the things you needed to do in order to be considered a top tier type of woman. Wow. All right, so that was the clip that started the volley that got everybody upset. All kind of people were making comments. Ricky Smiley, the king of all simps, who says there are great women in America, which there are. But then, even in this rebuttal that he put out on his show, he says all the negative things about women that he doesn't like. And if he could find a woman that was non-masculine, then they would be great, but they're available out here. The same things a lot of brothers are saying about the women here, he said. And while instead of us arguing, trying to weed through the pile and follow that needle, we're choosing to utilize our passports to go overseas. Listen to how he says what he says in his rebuttal to this whole thing. Even though he's joking, the words are what matters.
And does Paul Pierce have a point? Should men date overseas? And women, would you date a man from another country? You can't find a really, really fly, dope woman in the United States of America. It's a lot of dope, beautiful women, especially the ones with the little lots of good women out here. Long as they...
Okay. Right off the bat, you will find a lot of dope women. Right? You heard him say that, right? But here's the stipulations to you being dope in his mind.
Have a positive mother, and they got some cool ass girlfriends that's in a relationship. Have a shot with her. You have to look at her mother and who she hang with. You know what I'm saying? And she watch Housewives, watch all the Housewives shows. And
hold on, didn't he sound like he vetting right now?
Mm-hmm.
You can have it, but you got to make sure she ain't doing this. Listen to the list of things she should not be doing to find that one.
And got a single mother and single sisters and single friends and all of them just negative and all that kind of stuff. You fighting against all of that. But you get somebody, man, that got cool and that hang out with married couples and looking to be married and make your life easier. She don't have to have nothing. I don't give a damn if you work at Burger King. If you find and you take care of yourself and you don't have masculine energy. And when we say masculine energy, I'm talking about, man, just a nice, sweet, calm attitude. And let me clear some up. Brett, you in the LGBT community and you.
I'm gonna stop her right there before he even gets into the conversation with her. What y'all feel about his list of qualifiers, disqualifiers to finding that good woman?
It's almost like a woman saying, "Yeah, there's a lot of good men, black men in the United States. You know, as long as they're not in jail, if they're not gay, if they don't child support and 3 years of baby mama, you know, it's just like you saying it in a negative way. You know, it's
Right.
like you got to pass all these things to get to the good woman.
It's like a whole backhanded compliment type of situation that's going on with what he's saying behind all his word salad. You know what I mean?
I mean, there are a lot of good women here. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not. I mean, I think the problem is all the good brothers and all the good women are home. They're not going out. They're not meeting each other. What you're seeing today is the loud ones. You see the loud dudes, the loud women, the arrogance. That's what you see. But I think there are a lot of good quality women and a lot of good quality men out there who just staying home. They checked out. So and they kind of just, you know, gave up on finding the right person. And I think that's the disconnect. But right now, the loud ones are the ones that's being seen, not the quiet. What happened?
Go ahead and finish your statement, but we got to read what David Dice said, man. That's crazy. David Dice, thank you for the $5 super chat and the interest in the conversation. Oh my goodness. He said, again, I'm not taking no advice or listening to no man who dresses like a woman for comedy. Then the DL dude has nerve to speak about men dating women. He's talking about Gary, and we're going to get to that whole conversation coming up next. That's one of his co-hosts on the show. But are you taking advice from a guy that wears a dress? You don't think he's a little closer to the feminine side to where he understands women a little bit better than us dudes?
I'm not taking any advice from anybody. I'm at a point where maybe being 47 years old, lived life, traveled the world. What advice can you give me? The only person that could give me advice is someone that lived in the same type of life that I'm living, or better. So, you know, be mindful whom you take your advice from. Like, now, if I see counsel from Roland, counsel from Fearless, I value that more. I'm not going to value what a celebrity or radio host says to me. No, that's not going to happen.
You don't have to hide under a rock, D-Ward. You just don't have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You have a choice. You don't have to hide, though. I don't want you to hide. Just be aware. You know, you got choices in life.
You are way more soft than some of the women out here that I have seen. And the way, like you so peaceful and calm and cool.
Now listen to how he's complimenting her as far as being part of the Rainbow Coalition. But she is she carries herself in a more feminine way than most of the women he's saying he's running into, but yet and still he's saying they're good women. There are great women, and I'm not going to take away from that. I've met some really great ones, but you got to weed through them. Real talk.
And quiet and discreet and beautiful and loving. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that.
I was raised by good parents and
like that.
my grandmothers. Yeah.
Yeah, you get something. Then like if you watching an episode of Housewives of Atlanta and your nerves don't get bad to the point where that means you get a kick out of conflict. You like mess. You indulge in that kind of stuff. And man, just the fact.
I don't know about you, but what he's saying right there is real. I can't listen to the Jerry Springer. I can't listen to Maury Povich. I can't listen to a whole bunch of negative shows, Real Housewives, the Basketball Wives thing, all that crap. I cannot listen to those storylines. It just starts to tweak at me in the back of my neck, like irritating. Like, why the hell are you on TV being paid hundreds of thousands an episode, but yet and still you trying to find a reason to be unhappy? It's like you wake up, I'm making money, but I'm still fucking unhappy. The hell?
I'm going on this topic that we got. So I know we're talking about passport wars of black men,
right.
The new target of mainstream media. I'm going to concentrate on that just for a second. because when he mentioned that, I started thinking, when have I seen? I would say in the 70s, but since the 70s, when have I seen a show, especially with Black people, where there's a family? I think the Cosby was it. That was it. After that, you know, I mean, you had
World, which was a spinoff from the Cosbys. Right, a different world, which was a spinoff of the Cosbys. And then you had a couple other shows.
But that didn't really show couples. That was showing single. I'm talking about like a family. After that, nothing. Everything became chaos. And what's even gotten worse is this. I just told you, I said, every show I watch now, the Black dude got to be gay. I'm like, why the Black dude? Why is there a Black dude that always has to be gay in every show that I see? And so that's what they doing. It's gotten to the point when you pointed me to some crazy dude's show, and I listened to a few minutes of it, and I said to the wife, I said, I can't. When they said on that show, you need gay Black friends. You need. I said, when they said that's the problem with society is we don't have gay Black friends. I said that's the problem. Mm-hmm. And what I found is they treat the gay men better than they treat Black men. More respect for the gay men.
Yeah,
they ain't talking bad about the gay men. The gay Black men dress. I mean, they were talking about for the 5 minutes I tuned in. Oh, they wealthy. They're this. They movers and shakers. Then when it comes to Black, and we the worst thing there is. I mean, I want you to just think of think of the shows. The Wire, we got a gay dude. Name every show that you was like every time it spent off was like, oh man. Empire. I was like, oh man, he got to be gay. Everything on there has some gay theme to it.
Or somebody that's on the DL. He's perpetrating both sides.
So when you show that Atlanta Housewives, I need to ask you this. How can you call yourself a show Atlanta Housewives when ain't nobody married and nobody's a wife? What are you a housewife too?
Housewives of the divorce, really. The divorce wives. That's really what it is. And yeah, it was a mixture of married and divorced women all at the same time on those shows. Housewives of the Potomac, Housewives of, there were some were married, some were not married. But let me finish this little rant and then we're going to get into some of the other passport and travel stuff too. But we do need to break up these so we don't get no strikes.
And somebody that's gonna go to your heart, man. Somebody that's a helper or whatever. Yep. We ain't talking about cook. We ain't talking about cook and clean up. But you just bring
just somebody thoughtful. Yeah.
Jesus.
And be thoughtful and
they considerate.
Yep, they are.
They out there. I help you stay organized and help you with got some solutions to some of your problems. Bring us solutions. Because if you're a CEO like I am, you got a lot of problems. So you don't need another problem. You need somebody that's going to offer solutions to help you with some of the problems. That's real talk.
Well,
real. And they're here right here in the United States.
Plenty.
They're here.
Well, I hear everything you're saying, though, Ricky, but now, that Paul Pierce guy, honey, now some of these Black women he talking about need to follow those women that's overseas, honey. They need to follow
who? See, that's about your good Black gay boyfriend. They like to start shit. They like to start problems. They like to throw little lefts when you going right, just to start up some drama. Now he could have rolled with the rest of the crew and said, hey, he's absolutely right. But what did he do? He went left when they going right. No. They need to pay attention to some of these women overseas. But wait, there's more. He's going to flip back the other side. That's what I'm saying. Some of these dudes that you have hanging around your little girlfriends that are gay, they ain't no drama because he's gay. No, he's causing drama. He likes to entertain himself by pulling little puppet strings on your girlfriend too. Because he can. They get off on that. That's before I push the button.
Their way of doing things. Get a damn man at work. Half of these damn black men don't want to work. They want you to go to work every morning. They want to drop you off to work in your damn car, and he go gallivanting and doing all other kind of stuff and messing with other women and stuff like that. So how in the hell he gonna talk about what women do overseas? How many women have you been with overseas? Black women get sick of that mess too. Hell, get sick of coming home here and mess, and get sick of him cheating and ripping and running, doing all other kind of stuff too. So I mean, so he needs to shut his mouth up because he don't know what every black woman have to go through. Hell, black women got to go through. Got to raise his child while he playing damn video games half of the day when he get off from work. So no,
but
I don't agree with that.
Also, they use French Montana as.
Did he pick a side yet? I didn't hear him pick a side.
As you know, as
the
and he's
guy.
He's not even American born. He's born in Morocco, and everybody not gonna get a Dubai princess. Like he's dating allegedly a girl who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Damn it, a Dubai something.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful.
We'll take America something if she's beautiful and she brings peace. That's all we want is peace.
And that's all women want is peace. Hell, they just want peace too when they go to work and come home.
So let's just stop right there. Isn't that all black men are saying when we travel overseas? We're looking for what?
Peace.
Peace. Did he just confirm the same thing we're looking for? So how are they wrong?
It's the same. They could. I don't know. That's that.
And this is why it's consistent with what mainstream media has him talking like this, even though everything he just outright said and his whole conversation is everything any man, and not even a black man, any man would be looking for in a relationship. All the things he just named are consistent with what most men are looking for in a good woman, regardless of what country they're from.
And gotta look at Leroy sitting up there damn and scratching himself. No.
Leroy?
Damn. Yeah, damn Leroy.
What, he a slave?
Well, he could be one, hell.
You can't come up with no other name. You can't say Michael or Corey or something. Things on. This my little man right here. This my little man. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. Special Rock T, you had any thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, you said it when you talking about it's all about who you hang with and who you associate with and who's in your environment. Because if you in that toxic environment, you're gonna attract toxicity. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You summed it up, dog.
You hang around with women with masculine energy. Like when I say masculine energy, I'm just talking about be ready to fight at the drop of a dime or whatever. Somebody spill a drink on you instead of just excusing yourself from the club and on your way. Like I can't explain it, but you could say I have to tell women a lot of times in conversation. I said I love me a soft woman. I said it on stage. In Richmond, I was back and forth with a lady sitting in the audience. I said, one thing about me, I love a lady, and you not being ladylike right now. Because you disrupting the whole comedy show because you got something to say and you don't understand that this is not the time or the place to say it. Why can't you just laugh and be like this lady over here, sophisticated with her legs crossed with a little glass of wine, enjoying the comedy show? And what are you doing? Sign language, talking with your hands? What's that? What you saying? Was the gnats in here or something? I don't know. I'm confused.
Hey, why does Ricky Smiley sounds like a grandmother?
That's one of his parts. He dresses up like an old lady, old church lady.
Yeah, but he sounds like one. Like really, if you close your eyes, you will never think that's the man talking.
Exactly. That's his claim to fame. That's his kind of comedy. So he sounds like that because that's his main character is the old church lady.
Oh boy, it's crazy.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into some of these videos real quick. Black man, did you want one particular you want to play that you sent over?
No, you can play whatever.
All right. I'm gonna play this rebuttal to his rebuttal.
You better look into
getting a dual citizenship somewhere if you can, because things about to get ugly. Things about to get really ugly. Yep, and I'm scared.
He's always promoting fear.
But the whole thing is, he's saying you shouldn't have a passport, but now he's saying you should. But then while you're over there, you shouldn't be looking for a woman in that country. You should be taking a woman from here over there. What?
I think that's the problem now. We bring too much of Western culture over to other places. We bring what we're trying to run away from over here, which is sad.
Facts. All right. Now we got the people that want to start meddling. Here we go.
You ever wonder why black men don't travel as much as black women? Because I don't never see no black men in men's groups on vacation. It's always a girl's group. They just here because the girl is funding the trip. The men's we do see be on vacations and they look miserable. I mean, irritated. It's like blink twice if you need help. I genuinely wonder, like, were they cheating and this is like a makeup vacation, or, you know, is it just like a birthday? It just looked like the man is doing it out of like regret, or I don't know. The only country I be seeing men travel to together is like Colombia. We went to Colombia, there was a bunch of guy groups, but that still is just so suspect in itself, because you know why they there. You know why they in Colombia and DR. Aside from that, I'm like, y'all don't want to see more than DR and Colombia? I mean, come on now. You can get a travel agent. I know men aren't that like into planning. Just hire somebody. No, ain't all y'all ain't broke. I know some of y'all got passports. Where are the men's travel group?
There's two things on that, what she said. One, men really don't go to the same places that women go. So that's why they never gonna see the men. Number two, it's rare that men travel in groups like that. That's women that put them groups together like, oh, girl, we going on this group and I'm getting this. A dude just like, I'm gone. I mean, you can roll with me, but I'm still gone. One or two, and so it's there. They just gonna meet up. They not, it's not like, it's just like, even when like we went to Cuba, it was a meetup. You come, you show up, you don't show up. I'm still gonna be there.
Hey, I want to make this crystal clear. I'm not traveling with a bunch of dudes. I'm sorry. I'm a grown ass man. I move away the way I move.
You said that I ain't messing around with a bunch of dudes.
No, I'm not. I see a lot of guys trying to do these men trips. Man, fuck all that. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to ride a bunch of hard legs. Dudes jealous based on what you're doing. Nah. It's like
man.
Fearless and I, we met in multiple places. And guess what we did? We met there.
Mm-hmm.
I put together the itinerary. He shows up. All right, let's go.
Right. I ain't planning your flight. I ain't riding on the same plane as you. You get how you get. If you don't show up, guess what?
You don't show up. Like, shit, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to put Fearless on the spot right now. Man, Fearless was supposed to meet me in Thailand.
You know what happened?
That was the first spot ever.
He left without me, and I stole his damn luggage. That's why he was over there wearing Speedy. He was in Thailand with Speedy, man.
So, I mean, granted, things didn't happen. I mean, things happened where he couldn't make it. But guess what? The show kept going. I went out there, did 5 cities in 2 weeks. Had a great time. Look, most of us who know how to travel, we're not traveling in groups. We're not going to wait on anybody to travel. We give you our dates. You meet us there. You don't. That's it. If you need a bunch of guys to travel with you, you're not ready to travel yet. You're not ready for that next level of traveling.
Actually, Drew, I did check out her page, and she has traveled and has not been cruise ships. She's flown different places, but again, that's where her arrogance comes from. She thinks she's done a couple little trips and she can make the comment in generality of all the brothers that have been traveling for so long because she's gone somewhere by herself. men like Black Man Travels has said, we travel independently. We don't have to plan shit. You either showing up or you not. That's not going to stop our party. We still going. No.
So feminists hate men. They've given up on them. Passport bros decided to go to other countries to meet women. It sounds to me like we are all on common grounds and we have resolved the problem. But the interesting thing is we still bitch about it on social media. So could it be that American men and women are both very fucking miserable and still don't understand what they both want or can't afford it? The point is, if you're a cat lady, what's chapter 2 for you? And if you're a passport bro, what is chapter 2 for you? Do you have kids with someone and bring them to this country? All jokes aside, what is chapter 2? I'm waiting.
I think both of y'all are already on chapter 2. Y'all done got married. You got your wives in America. You got children. Jesus Christ, y'all on chapter 5.
Look, I think, dude, no, fuck that. We're like in a whole new book. A whole new book. That's it. Look, a lot of the shit that a lot of these guys are doing now, man, listen, I've done it 100 times. A lot of stuff that you hear guys bragging about and talking about, Fearless, myself, not Roland, we've done it. I'm not impressed. Show me something that I have not seen yet. So really, it's not next chapter. I'm on a whole new different book, man. That's it.
Globe Splinter. Man, I'm messing that name. I'm tired, brother. He said, I'm enjoying my time in Colombia. Where you at in Colombia? And I'm gonna drop in the back, brothers. As I told you before, I just got here today, and I'm gonna listen in the background. I hate this is my thing. I hate when I do a 5:30 flight. So I'm so scared that I'm not gonna go to sleep that I just don't sleep, and then I can't sleep on the plane.
See, here's my thing. I don't sleep before a flight anyway. So that night before, I pack. I do all my little knickknacks and everything I need to do. So by the time I get on the plane, I'm ready to go. But yeah, the night before, I'm so excited about getting on the plane and going where I'm going. I'm not going to sleep that night. I don't even anticipate going to sleep till the night after I get wherever I'm going.
Yeah, they got me tonight.
Nah, my first day, Fearless, I'm sleeping in, man. I mean,
I'm gonna listen to y'all in the background, but I'm sitting here, and every time we just play a video, I'm like, man.
Hey, man, we understand, man. If you got to bounce, you got to bounce, man. So you've been traveling all day, and you have a long packed weekend. Hey, you gonna hit up Santa Fe?
I'm gonna do a drive-through. You know what I did was, here's what I did. I brought my glasses.
Okay.
So I might do a walkthrough.
Hey, one block.
Because the chicks kept coming at me, and they who ain't never been to Santa Fe, they come up basically topless. I mean, just so I gotta when I do my glass, I gotta look up.
Or you can just blur out the picture. That's still legal. So you can have that blur of the feature.
It's
you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of blurring if you're on that kind of a beach. Absolutely.
Santa Fe is a whole different experience, man. It's a whole look. I don't recommend anybody to just go there. You got to be fully alert and understand you're taking a chance.
Now, what that woman said about you can go somewhere and get something for about $20, that would be Santa Fe. Maybe 15.
10. 10.
Yeah, because it's about 50,000 pesos, which is $12. So yeah, you might be yeah. And I'm not talking about just you got some good variety down there.
So it's just that it's not something that's frequented by a lot of tourists, so it's unknown. So the prices are pretty reasonable because of it not being so popular. Is that what's going on?
No, it's just their red light district, and it's just it's not no girlfriend experience. They just got let's get this in and out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good time, Rico. He's in Bogota.
I'm in Bogota right now.
It's an experience, man. And dude, while you're there, make sure you grab something to eat.
I ain't never ate down there, man.
I always eat there. I always eat there. Why not? You're there.
I've always been like, I don't know, what.
Listen, once you're inside the establishment, you just tell them, hey, I want to play some.
Oh yeah, they order out. I had to do
yeah. They order out for you. Yeah, man.
So I've had that. Yes, I can't even go into it. It's a different experience.
And by the way, you understand that there's high elevation, so make sure you chew on some cocoa leaves, keep you level-headed.
Yeah, I seen the first time I was here. I seen a dude with that. I was like, man, this dude selling plants. Like how somebody would sell you flowers.
Yeah,
it was just
leaves.
leaves. I was like, what the hell, man? You ain't even got the flowers on there, bro. What you selling me?
Yeah, they're cocoa leaves. You got to chew on it. If you've never been to Bogota, Peru, Chile, it's very high elevation. So normally, even Mexico City, your first day or day and a half, you're gonna feel a little dizzy. So in Colombia, particularly in Bogota, they sell these chewing cocoa leaves. You just chew on it and drink some soup on your first day. By your second day, you should be level set. But yeah, that first day, you're gonna feel winded, tired. That's part of the reason why you feel the way you do right now.
Yeah, the lightheaded. Because what's
the elevation there?
9,000. So you know how you got the mile high? It's three times the mile high. So
okay,
it's up here.
Yeah.
Like if you get here and try to run, like the first day I did when I first came here, I was like, man, I got COVID because I can't walk up the stairs.
Not even run, walk up the stairs, you feel it, man. You're like, whoa, what the hell?
So it's no joke. But there's some superstars out here, some nice people, man. It's a different spot. Different type. You don't see a lot of us. That's
No. Trust me, you'll be treated well. My complexion, I get treated well, especially if I go to Zona T. Now, light-skinned dudes, I don't know about y'all, man. Y'all, they see y'all all the time. But
we blend in. What you mean? What's wrong with that?
Nah, bro. Like Bogota, you're gonna stand out because they're not used to seeing black folks out there.
Mm-hmm. With that tragaña.
I'm a chameleon. I blend in everywhere.
But I'm gonna let y'all. And I wish I could do. I'm gonna listen in, but
pop in when you can if you're still awake.
And just to help y'all out with the whole change, I think in some places where we don't go, it's an entirely different experience. It's an entirely different experience. You don't see that here. You don't see that hood. It's. I go. All right, brothers. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna keep y'all warm. I'm tuned in. But right now, I'm looking at this bed and it's called me.
Do your thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got a special type of nigga that's on the chat. He had his passport. He had his passport since '82. No one cares. Y'all just got passports. No one gives a fuck. You got your passport in 1982. Your ass probably haven't been traveling since 1982.
I don't think 82. I was I was only like 10.
82. I was 4. So no one cares, Ken Padmore. No one that cares.
Hold up. Now y'all speaking a little too soon. I've been traveling since I was 3. In 82, I was in high school, bro. I was in the Marine Corps by 85, so I don't know what
you know what. Y'all want to talk about traveling? Shit, my ass been traveling since 78. Came to this country illegally on a goddamn boat, so that's traveling.
I did not grow up broke. My family had money. We went on holidays all the time. What the fuck?
Man, you ain't been nowhere, man.
You just jump in a room just saying all kind of wild shit. You know what I mean? It's not that type of room, bro.
I don't understand. I mean, whatever. Let them roll. Somebody else. I don't know what that means. There's a lot of other people who have passports that still do stupid stuff. So I don't know. I know a lot of them. them 60-year-old dudes that's out in Susu are doing the same thing. So just because you had one doesn't mean anything. That blue book don't mean nothing.
It's on. Hold on.
Matter of fact, my daughter done had her passport since let's see, 4 months. She already got 2 stamps in it.
Hey,
so I don't know what that means.
You doing better than some. She doing better than some people that are still sitting here in their mama's basement wanting to make comments.
Ignore him.
You brought him up. Anyway,
hey, I'm just gonna say this: Globe Spinner and Ant, please, leave those comments out, please, brother. Leave that comment. Don't talk about that, please.
He's like, keep that a secret. Let's
please, brother. Don't
cities off the map for all the other ones. Keep all,
keep them over there where they at. Medellin, Medellin. Let them stay there. We love it.
No, wait. They call it Medi. That's what they call it, Medi. I'm going to Medi. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Medi.
Let them stay over there. It's too cold over here, man. It's too cold for y'all brothers.
Too cold, too dark, high elevation.
No
surgery.
The same for y'all.
But man, have a good time in Bogota, man. Hey, check out Zona T. Are you gonna check out the Zona T area? That's where all I
just came from there. That's why I was saying that I was trying to go to Andres de Carne, and I don't know what the hell's going on. It was booked. They was like, bro, you gotta go tomorrow. Come here today. Even tried to go to Crepes and Waffles. I was like, goodness, man, the line was so long.
It's Friday night, man. What you doing?
Friday night.
You know, there was a date spot for non-Americans and everything.
So I said, I ain't seen no Americans out here. You know, I said they done stepped that game up. There's some fine women walking around. So,
I mean,
but of course you got blinders on, right? You ain't watching.
I was too tired anyway. I was like, I can't do nothing for y'all. I can't even look.
If you let other travelers tell you, you know, the only thing to do and see in Colombia is Cartagena and Medellin. They don't tell you all the other cities that you could actually explore and have a great time. But hey, is what it is.
Cantina 15, Fearless tomorrow. All right, Cantina 15. Look that up. I was gonna go to I was gonna hit the cigar bar, but I might do that.
I'm gonna go ahead and run with this next video.
You got the restaurant, okay. All right. Hey man, thanks for that. That's a nice looking restaurant too. All right, Cantina 15, Mexico. Oh, that looks good.
Hey, drop your recommendations in Fearless's comments or in the comments as a show. If there's places in Bogota you're recommending for him to go, he's looking for places to film his content anyway. So most definitely, if you guys have been there and it's a place you don't think he knows about, go and drop it in the chat. A places Fearless should visit while he's there. He's got until Tuesday, I think. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little drive-by, just a daytime drive-by down Santa Fe, just so I can let y'all brothers know what's going on. I'm gonna get out before it gets too dark. And
he named another place called Boulevardo or Boulevardo. Look that one up.
I'm gonna look it up,
and I'm gonna go ahead and play this video while you're doing that.
Shout out to the Passport Bros. I'm a Passport Bro, I guess a former one. I stayed 10 years in Germany. I traveled. So I do answer a lot of questions when people ask me about how it is overseas, which is fucking great. I don't understand the attack on the Passport Bros. These are the same women that's on attack of the Passport Bros, of us. These are the same women that said we were broke, we were dusty, we were crusty, they didn't want us, we're not attractive. I mean, they said every single thing about us. They're not our type anyway. And then all of a sudden, when the economy started crashing, 106,000 BWs get laid off and counting. All of a sudden, they want to have an attack. How about where's their wives at? Y'all ain't got nobody. Y'all going over there just to buy coochie and this and that. I mean, not every man goes overseas to fuck. We go overseas to travel. We go overseas to see a different point of view than the regular shit in the United States. It's D-Flow speaking facts.
That was your marker, man. So you got any comments on his
no
his rant?
I mean, it's what it is, man. I mean, I think once you check out, you don't really care about what really goes on around you, man, because you're done. Like once I decided, hey, I was done. I'm gonna focus on overseas traveling, doing the things that I want to do. I could care less what other people think, thought, feel, and I didn't care. As long as if you were not part of my circle, I didn't care. So for me and for anyone else who have the desire to check out and explore their options elsewhere, either be, professionally, personally, anything, stop giving a fuck, man. Just focus on what's really important to you. I could care less what other people may think, what I'm doing overseas and everything else. That just never bothered me. And that's why it always kills me when I hear guys go back and forth. I'm like, dude, why are you wasting your energy and time doing that? It just doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, Globe Spinner, you were just out of town. You could just miss Wires for Fearless. I'm sure he would have hung out with you too. But yeah, this next guy, I'm gonna say he's Chinese American. He came out with a whole episode, and shout out to him. Where's Wes? I'm gonna go ahead and play his contradictory channel and some of the things he says and does, and then I'll give you a background after this.
I'm not gonna sit here and criticize men who are going overseas looking for love. I got married to a Colombian, so if I were to criticize that, I would be a hypocrite first off. I think it's very admirable for a person to go to a new country all by themselves, regardless of what their motivation is, in hopes of a better life. A lot of people went to America looking for better opportunity financially. Some people like me enjoy traveling for new experiences and being able to experience new cultures, and women happen to be a part of that. Some men particularly travel just for women. It's better than just like staying at home and criticizing people actually going out there and doing culture and assimilation. Because often when the conversation is had, these men glorify foreign women like they're the best thing since sliced bread, that they're more feminine, they're more sexy. But the thing that I always laugh about, most of these men do not assimilate to the culture that they're getting these women from. I saw this very clearly when I was in Colombia, because a lot of people in Colombia, when they talk about the women or even the expats who live in Colombia, are so caught up in the fantasy of everything that they refuse to see and acknowledge all of the flaws that it comes with. It's because of the fact that most foreigners who go to Colombia specifically don't even take the time to learn Spanish. Out of all the people that I've met, 90% of the people can't even speak basic Spanish to a B1 level. For example, me personally, I learned the language. I really got to know the culture. I got married to experience it firsthand. So when I talk about these things, I understand Colombia on such a deep level that I can see all the cons and I could acknowledge them and understand why a lot of Colombians want to leave. I had this interesting thought lately. I understand why our ancestors wanted us to date people within our culture. It just makes a lot more sense because there's a lot of things that within culture, if you dated someone within that same culture, you would not have to explain, makes for a more harmonious relationship in the future. In Europe and in Asia, you have populations that look very similar, but each country has their own culture that is very, very different. In America, we all look different, but after a few generations, we all become American. We're living in a world now where everything is globalized. People are dating outside of their race more than ever.
What do you think about that clip? Did you spot or hear anything that kind of sounded like he was being indifferent?
No, I totally agree with him. I mean, granted, his marriage didn't last long. I think they were only married for 2 years.
You picked that up. First things first, you picked that up. So the fact that he married a Colombian woman, he was engrossed in the culture, he learned Spanish. Did that keep his marriage solid?
You know what? He kind of explained it why things didn't work out. He takes some accountability in it as well. And again, it's a lesson learned. But again, guys, just because you're overseas doesn't mean you're gonna find a wife. Like that's why you gotta be very mindful. You still gotta put in work. But again, people don't want to put in work. They just get caught up by the looks, the hair, and hey, I'm having all this great sex, but eventually all that shit fades. So yeah, I think everything he says is true. I think a lot of guys just don't apply themselves when they move to these countries. That's why they kind of prefer to stay in these little small expat communities where they don't have to speak the language. They could just continue to live the life they lived overseas. I mean, lived the life they lived in the United States while overseas, and just date date low tier women. Let's just keep it a buck here, man. Most of the guys that go overseas, that move overseas, they're still dating low tier type of people. That's a fact. Or they still dealing with pros. Like that's the crazy part. I do not understand. Like, how the fuck you living overseas and you still dealing with pros? Well, that's a common thing that you will see with a lot of expats. So yeah, I mean, at least with him, he's more transparent. He's not afraid to tell you that, hey, things didn't work out for me as I thought right. in Colombia. And now he's in Poland. Poland, he's doing really well. Poland, Ukraine.
Right. And that's why I scrolled up. That was a separate video I included in while he was talking. I scrolled through his website to show that he has legitimately traveled and continues to travel. He didn't take that one L and stop traveling, saying, oh, I'm throwing in the towel and I'm going back to America and dating American Chinese women within my culture. He didn't do that.
No, well, the thing is, he made a decision that he did not want to live in the United States. So if you made that conscious decision not to live in the United States, you're not going to date another American woman. The likelihood of you meeting another American woman are slim because you're not living in the United States anymore. So he made that decision. He's in a great position where he can live overseas. So he's going to explore his options. But I don't think at never at one point he said he wouldn't date. It was just, hey, now I live overseas. So I'm going to date. My dating options are overseas now.
Right. All right, here's the next one. This is I'm going to jump between white, black, and different people are from other cultures because it's an overall opinion of how we're portrayed, how maybe white travelers are getting away with certain things that are accentuated within our own community, whether it be by our own women or whether it be by the media. Are we the ones getting a black eye, or all male travelers starting to get it?
What I can appreciate about Passport Bros is I think it's an effective flag being raised for Western women. The motivation for it is the fact that men are still expected to act very traditionally. They're expected to be very chivalrous. They're expected to be protectors. Maybe they're not expected to provide to the same extent now that women can essentially match them on income. But if that's what a man's duty to you is, to be chivalrous, it's very, very loosely defined what a woman's duty to a man is.
It's very ambiguous.
And that is why I think they go to places where they are actually taught from a young age how to treat a man. What is your duty to a man? And whether you want to talk about in the context of the word submission, which I know that a lot of girls don't like, me and her use the word deference instead of submission. Sounds a little bit better. It's like she wants to defer to her man a little bit more than he defers to her, which is essentially submitting. But I would love to know what you guys think. If men have those duties to you, and that's an expected duty, what do you think your duty to men is?
I mean, that's a key point. What we traditionally have not changed as men. We're protector providers. We're going to go out and work and do whatever we do. We're the first one to jump out in front of a bullet. We're the first ones that are going to be the ones that challenge whatever is coming our way. In this modern society, what are the woman's duties? They're not clearly outlined anymore.
Yeah. I want to make a comment on something about the whole Passport Bro thing.
Go ahead.
And again, I'm looking at it as a corporate branding, marketing strategy perspective. I do not like the fact that the Passport Bro is like you're defined by you going overseas looking for women. Of all the things, all the benefits you get from traveling, this is what you're known for. And I'm like, I'm looking at this as a branding perspective. Man, that sucks. That fucking sucks, man. It's just bad. And it's just like, of all the stuff and opportunities you get from traveling, like all the enrichment that you get, this is what you're known for. It's like when
all you're known for all the good you could possibly bring to a community and all the things you're possibly doing in the background, one slip up, one mistake by somebody that has nothing to do with you, and you're still thrown into that pile.
I just feel that, the fact that you're known for that, Like the good thing about being a passport bro, you could go out there and find a woman. It's like traveling brings more than just women. Women just is the icing of the cake, man. It's like there's so much substance that goes into it. The freedom, the opportunities, the seeing, feeling, tasting different things. Like literally when you travel, you literally utilizing all your five senses. Like if you really look at the whole essence of traveling, man, it's an amazing experience. But just to be strictly known for that one little thing, it sucks, man. I mean, that's just listen to this man, and that was the only reference point of being a passport bro. That the fact that it's going overseas to find women. It's like
right.
More
Even though
he
had a white woman, you weren't looking up. He had a white woman sitting next to him. Says, "Well, we don't use submissive. We use indifference or difference as a word for submission."
I mean, you can find a submissive woman anywhere. The thing is, a lot of guys don't know how to pick. A lot of guys don't know how to pick a woman.
That's the word right there. You can't pick.
This whole thing that I need to go to Africa, I need to go to Asia, I need to go to Europe to find that. Knowing that most of these guys that go to these places get played. No, you got to learn how to pick character, integrity. Like there's certain things that you just got to look for that you're not going to find openly. Observing the person's character, the way she treats others, the way, just the little things. But it's just interesting how people always lead with that. And that's why, like, for me, when someone talks to me about that, I'm like, yo, there's more to that than just me going overseas. Oh, you going overseas for the women. I'm like, really? I'm married. I want to go see and do something different.
Right. Right. Oh, Globe Spinner, if you're still in Colombia, you might want to try to reach out to Fearless because he's going to be hopping around. He's not just going to stay in Bogota. I'm going to play this other one, and then we're going to get into a black media guy.
From my experience, a U.S. guy will ask me out to dinner first, which is super, super rare in Sweden. Okay. Especially on a first date for a random person to be asking me out to dinner, I would most likely say no, because if I wasn't having a good time, then I'd have to sit through a whole meal. Versus a Swedish guy, well, if you're meeting them out in the club or the bar, then they'll probably ask if you want to join them home that night.
Classic.
Or if they add you on social media, then they'll ask you out for maybe a coffee or a walk or something like that, where it's easy to leave if you're not feeling the vibe.
What do you prefer, Swedish guys or American guys?
American guys.
You like American guys?
Yeah, from my experience, they've also been much more gentlemen.
On a first date, do the American guys pay?
From my experience, American guys always pay. Because I feel like they feel like it's supposed to be like that, versus in Sweden, we prefer to split it.
What do you prefer?
I like to split it.
You like splitting it?
Yeah.
You don't mind?
I don't mind splitting.
But if a guy paid for you, would you take it as oh, that's nice?
It makes me a little bit uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like we're equals if I don't pay my share.
I don't know. The Sweden women got it damn near right. They don't mind splitting a bill. They don't want to feel entitled or and imposed upon. And they still look at American men as being the prize. That's the thing that a lot of these American women don't understand, and they possibly do, and that's why, again, they're trying to shame you guys into staying where you are, because you are greatly appreciated for the values that we bring to a lot of these cultures that they take for granted.
I mean, she's westernized. It's no different than American woman. I mean, we put value because she's outside the U.S., but basically she still thinks like an American woman. And that's majority of westernized countries in Europe, from England to Sweden to Netherlands to Germany to the Dutch countries, Spain, France. They think the same way as American women. But the thing is, we put them on a pedestal because they're overseas. It's really no different. Again, and I keep saying this. We keep hearing all the loud ones speak. It's a lot of women who think the way she does who are quiet. They're at home. They're not going out. They're not on these panels that you guys like listening to. No, there's a lot of women who think just like her, look just like her, even better. It's just they don't do anything. They don't go out. They don't meet the right people. Same goes for the men. There's a lot of men who wants to find a wife and everything else, but they don't go out. You don't travel. You don't go out. You don't socialize. You go to work and you come home. How that's going to change?
Damn it, man. Are you crazy? Are you in the wrong room, bro? I swear. I don't know who you are. Appreciate you joining the panel or the live. But obviously you must not know who the brothers were that are on the panel who come in the room. He goes, let's name a black passport bro that has met and married a non-American woman. They've met while going to the DR or South America or Africa, etc.
Hey, it's all good.
You're asking an honest question. Okay, honest question would be love crossing borders. There's so many other people that have met and married women overseas. I am not considered a passport bro, and neither is Black Man Travels sitting here. Fearless is not a passport bro, but we encourage black men to travel and explore the world. Black Man Travels is married to a Dominican woman and have a child. Fearless just left. He's married to a Dominican woman. They have a child, and they're both here in America. So to honestly answer you, plenty of veterans that I know of have married women from overseas and have great long-term relationships. The house that I'm sitting in right now, renting or on a lease for the next year, I rented from a naval officer. He's retired now. He's an engineer, works on huge projects, hotels and stuff like that. Married to a Filipino. You know, so are there more than not a lot of American men that are married to foreigners have successful relationships? Absolutely. The biggest thing is American media has taken the small percentage of black men or people in the community of traveling period that are inexperienced, one, here in America, go overseas, marry the first thing that might compliment them, have no experience, and then wind up having a bad relationship, wind up within 2 to 3 years getting screwed over and not having anything to show for it. The wife's gone, their kid's gone, and now they have a permanent, bill, basically, for support and everything else.
But also, too, not everyone's meant to be married. I mean, if marriage is not for you, don't force it. I mean, for me, I've never been really good at being single. I mean, I can still hold my own. I could still do some of the amazing things as a single man, but I work better as a guy that's in a relationship. That always been my personality.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of guys out there who are married. They just don't put their business out there.
Exactly, and that's the biggest thing. There's a lot of people, and I'm glad you admit to that. You know, he says, my homie is married to a woman he met in the Philippines. That's awesome. You know, and there's more opportunity for that to happen than not. It's only that the smallest amount of situations that happen are amplified because they are all over YouTube, and it makes it 10 to 100 times worse than what's really going on within the travel space, within life happening, because before there were passport bros, there were military guys. Been traveling since the 40s. It's all kind of interracial relationships within the military community. I'm a veteran. I've been traveling while I was in the military since 1987. You know, before then I was traveling. After, now I'm semi-retired. I'm sitting here in the Philippines, you know, and a solid relationship where we're moving towards the same position as Fearless and Black Man Travels are. So yeah, there are really good people, and yeah, and I know you are, you know, but that's why I kind of took it as a sarcastic type of comment. You know, there are really good guys out here in the community. There's really good guys and YouTube channels out there that are really trying to instruct young men and women, if they decide to listen, and how to vet, and look for great women with great morals and ethics, and to get to a finalization where they're actually getting married, they're buying properties, they're conducting a fruitful life moving forward for what they're looking for. So absolutely, you found the right room. Appreciate you coming in the room and actually committing to commenting and you know, adding to the live itself. So Hit the like button. Actually, subscribe to both of our channels, Fearless, Black Man Travels, and my own. I don't know whose room you're in, but most definitely keep following. You know, you found the right room, legitimately. I'm gonna go ahead and play this guy. He's in the black media. I wanted to try to get him on the show, but I waited till the last minute to try to invite him. But
what's up, y'all? For those of you who are new here, I am Leroy. I am the publisher of Culture Travels Magazine, which is a travel magazine that explores and documents Black travel and culture globally. And so this weekend, we are at Harvard here in Boston because we were invited to attend the Anti-Global Blackness Symposium with the UN, UNESCO, academics, foreign diplomats, scholars who've been covering this work. As a travel journalist that prioritizes Black travel stories, I am often asked, hey, where's it safe for us to go to? Where's it safe for us to travel? Do they like Black people in these countries? And so we were invited here to Harvard to share our perspective and our opinions because we cover these stories and we tell these experiences. And so just wanted to let you all know, those of you who are following me and those of you who are new to the page, you are literally watching me as I build this magazine from scratch. We are an independent, Black-owned travel magazine that covers Black travel and culture globally. So, welcome. This is going to be a journey. We are a small team, but we are building one day at a time, and we are excited about becoming the premier travel magazine out there. We want to be like the next Essence. And so, welcome. If you have any questions about our magazine, about how to write for our magazine, how to connect with us, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, so we're in Boston this weekend. Gonna be here at Harvard for a little bit, but then
I like that. I put him up there because there's a lot of us that travel, and you're putting out good information. And if he's got a focused magazine dealing with Black travel, he's looking for writers. He's looking for people to provide content. I mean, obviously, as a small magazine, he doesn't have a lot of guys out there traveling if he's not doing it himself. So he's looking for people that want to tell their story, want to provide information and everything else. You know, as an opportunity. I left his tag from TikTok in the video. So if you even go back and replay it, you can capture his tag and reach out to him. If you guys want to share stories with him for the magazine, maybe you guys can be published, you know, in his magazine, whether it be digital or in print. You know, it's still another way of getting out your story, being able to share and have some exposure, even if you're not a YouTuber. You know, what do you think about that, Black man?
No, I love that. I think we need to do a better job in telling our stories. You know, there's a lot of brothers out here that's doing amazing, great things. I mean, shout out to Burt Ross, one of the assassin travelers out there who's constantly on the move. I mean, dude, I mean, traveling is more than just women, man. Traveling is just a whole different experience, self-discovery. If you're dealing with any type of depression or any type of issue, travel, go out there, get yourself outside that element and see what the world has to offer. It makes you realize how blessed you are as a person. So with this man, you know, starting his own magazine, retelling the story of why we're traveling, that's amazing. Because like right now, a lot of us are not doing a good job telling our story. And that's why, like for me, I could talk about Black man travels in the workplace. I just found out I'm going to be acknowledged next month at the company award. And they told me to, hey, put together a slide about yourself. And I did. And one of the things that I highlighted was Black Man Travels. And I mean, I showed them the, you know, my travels and everything else. And I'm not ashamed to talk about my traveling experience because I know why I travel. I'm not afraid to put Black Man Travels on my LinkedIn page. Not afraid. Because guess what? I have a story to tell. And there's people out there that want to do the stuff that I'm doing or stuff that I've done in the past. So again, this young man taking that initiative, starting the magazine, either be digital or print, to help tell the story of what needs to be told is amazing. I wish him the best. I would love to talk to him. I wouldn't mind being a spotlight or being a feature blog or, you know, a guest blog. I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah, I reached out to him already, but I would encourage you to go ahead and reach out because you have a whole website full of articles.
Yeah, man.
You
It's
can probably
amazing.
spoon off to him right off the bat.
Yeah,
you know?
well, I'm surprised that the amount of viewers that come onto my website. I'm getting people from all the way from Sweden, from Israel, like from Russia, like from different parts of Asia going to my website, and they're just like looking at my content, and I'm like super surprised by that. Even with some of my old travel videos on my YouTube channel, man, I'm like, damn, they looking at these old videos. Again, guys, you never know who you're inspiring to go out there and live that life, and I love to see brothers producing some great content on YouTube. There's a few young brothers that I'm following now. Shout out to Lord Williamson. Man, this man, I admire his content, man. I'm like, yo, if I was his age, this is what I'll be doing. But again, the loudest person in the room gets the one that get the most views. And they're not really telling a great story about why we're doing this.
Those are all facts. So I'm going to go ahead and play this other one, and this is from a foreign national black man and his situation that's going on.
Every year, African travelers pay millions of dollars to Europe just to be rejected. And it is estimated that in 2024, Africans injected roughly $67 million in Europe's coffers for their visa applications to be denied. I mean, even masochism is shocked to be surprised to discover new frontiers. But worse, that amount doesn't even include flights, hotels, and food. That's just money wasted every year on bureaucracy at the various European embassies across the continent. Now, interestingly, the global rejection rate is 18%, but across the continent, it's significantly higher. And honestly, I don't even blame these countries for closing their doors while taking African money. I mean, I look at this as an expensive and necessary masterclass for Africa, a continent that keeps its doors open for others while others often close theirs in a so-called globalized world. But tell me, what's stopping African countries from returning the favor? I mean, not too long ago, Namibia did exactly that. No more visa on arrival because as it stands, a European passport holders with spare cash can wake up tomorrow morning, buy a ticket, land at most African airports on the same day, and casually get a visa on arrival. And you see, sometimes people act surprised when I say this. There are many Europeans on the African continent, with some never planning on going back home. And among them, many have overstayed their visas, yet they live with zero stress in the world because nobody bothers them about it. And maybe I think it's time for Africa to start applying the lessons learned from their European counterparts.
Wait, Nini?
What do you think about his story?
I mean, just
With
like,
the
I mean, I can't relate what they're going through, man. It's if you're an African with an African passport, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you out there, man. Is what it is.
Yeah, that comes to the strength of the country. And I just looked at a report. I haven't read into it. I might do a story on it later, where the U.S. passport is dropped to number 10. So even the strength of our passport, even though it's really strong, there are other passports that have a lot stronger presence in other countries. And this is where it gets into how well respected is your country and what do you do on a global scale to have your citizens being able to travel into other nations without being rejected based on their skin color or what country they come from. And be well received. And while we're still being well received, we're also needing to guard that against the misbehavior of a few that are being put over YouTube versus, the ones that are moving in silence more so.
I mean, personally, look, as long as you have an American passport, you could go wherever you want, man. Just go to the countries that are safe to go. I mean, I would never go to Kuwait. I would never go to war-torn countries. That's things that's currently happening. I'm just not going to go there. Now, are you going to experience some type of prejudice, racism, colorism, classism? Yes, dude. Just because you're an American or have an American passport, it does not mean that you're not going to get harassed or get mistreated. It's going to happen. The thing is, do you have the thick skin to ignore it, or do your research? There's certain places for a fact that, hey, you go to Italy, certain parts of Spain and France, they don't like black people. It is what it is. Certain parts of the world, they just don't like black people. Don't go there. As a black person, don't go there. It's not that hard, man. There's so many countries you could go to where you could be accepted and you get treated well. Why go to a place where there's a possibility that you're going to get mistreated? And there's like travel warnings not to go to these certain countries, and you still want to go just for the sake of going. No, look, maybe because I'm a dad, I want to come back home to my kids. So now the way I travel, listen, I'm there to have a good time, stay safe, don't take no risk, come back home. That's it. But America, to this day, I'm gonna stand by it. America has one of the strongest passport holders, period. Hands down. Yes, there are probably a few other more countries that have a stronger passport, but hey, most Americans, we're probably going to 10 countries max. Most Americans. We're going to play it safe. We're going to go to the Europe. We're going to go to the Caribbean. We're going to go to some of the countries in South America, a couple of countries in Africa, a couple of countries in Asia. That's it. We're not going to go to some like unknown destination just to say we've been there.
Well, some brothers will, that just to say I want that tag on my passport, or I want to be the first one that travels in that area because nobody else has explored the area, quote unquote, on social media. But I tend to agree with you. And the industry is so big. I mean, there's billions of dollars being spent in the travel industry. The unfortunate part is a lot of Black people themselves are not the main exposure for that travel space. And so the more you guys establish yourself as good, hardy travelers, the more exposure you can get to the media, like the magazine that the young brother's putting out, but into mainstream media. That's the biggest thing that we're looking at really trying to do is break into the mainstream media as Black travelers that have worth in the community where we're not necessarily looked upon as somebody that adds value to the community, which we are because our dollars carry a lot of weight. And we're just not using them properly, and we're not setting good examples. And so while you might call us OGs or people that are talking down about the way young travelers are moving, it's still a negative spin. Just like you see Sasua trying to clean up their world perception of who they are so that they can get more travel dollars and sponsorships in and more money coming in economically. We have the same struggle within the Black community of the few outweighing by their actions what the many have already done and established over a longer period of time. So it's an upward battle that we're going to have to continue to do in our community so that Black Americans are still received highly in the global community.
When you're Black and you're traveling, people think that you are like a celebrity. There is something about the mind not being able to comprehend a Black person that's just sort of like in an upscale international environment without being like a rapper or an actor or a ball player or something like that, which I've always found very interesting. So obviously, like, I'm in Barcelona in Spain, but this has happened to me all across the world, like in Capri, in Rome, like literally in Mykonos, Santorini. It doesn't matter when you're Black and you're in these places, they think that you have to be a rapper, entertainer, actor, ball player, or some kind of celebrity just to be there. Now, they don't know that I am a celebrity. It's not the way that they think that I am. But it's very interesting that when you're black and you're in these spaces, the assumption is always that you are elevated to such a high level that you must be like some multi-millionaire rapper, actor, athlete, ball player, celebrity, something like that, in order to be in those spaces, which I've actually thought was interesting. Now, people aren't rude or they aren't mean or anything like that. You just kind of meet people and then you get the question, well, what do you do? Basically, how can you afford to be here? So, interesting.
When I used to travel through Europe, I've been to Spain, Germany, France. This is back in the early 2000s. This is before the whole YouTube craze and all that shit. Imagine back then when I was traveling heavy back then. What man? I'd be man, especially dude. This is me in my like 23, 24. Oh man, shit. Well,
Oh yeah,
remember back then. All the fuck shit I was doing in these damn places. But I did get treated a certain way. I'm not gonna lie. When you take care of yourself, for one, especially back then, they thought I was an athlete or football player. You get treated a certain way, man. And then I used to see certain black people. Now, granted, yes, there are Africans out there, but they know for a fact that hey, you have that American energy. American swag, and once you start speaking, okay, before the FBA is coming to attack me, I don't claim I'm Black American overseas, man. Hey,
but you can. That's the whole thing. You're still a Black American, and that's
no. I was just being an ass.
Right, that's not an FBA.
I was just being an asshole. Right. That's all. But being in these spaces, even in Canada, when I used to go to Canada heavy back in 2001. It was a whole different vibe back then. Montreal, Toronto, and you get treated differently, man. They think that you're a celebrity because they're not used to seeing Black Americans traveling. I mean, unless you're part of the military, so you're there by yourself. You're going to the clubs, doing having a good time. They think that you're some type of celebrity or some type of athlete, depending on how you build. If you're a tall guy, they probably think you're a basketball player. So yeah, it is true. You get treated differently as a Black man. I think now it's just become a common thing where people are traveling. But back then, back in the late 90s, 2000s, man, it was a whole different vibe because people were not used to seeing us.
Yeah. They're not. They weren't. And that's why I said we've done a lot of groundwork to build the Black community and travel, whether it be your military vet like myself or whether you're like Black Man Travels has been traveling. We've done a lot of the work and inroads to be able to be received so well. And I just hate the crash out content that's going on right now that's so popular within our community because I believe it's causing more damage than, growing the community as a whole.
I mean, Black folks, you got a lot of the younger Black folks, we call them ninjas. They like that type of content. I mean, you'll have people sit on these live streams debating over dumb shit. I'm like, really? And cash donations being thrown left and right. I'm like, wow. But that's what dudes are on, man. It's what it is. Like, if I say something, I'm a hater. I've been called a hater in this space so many times by so many people. And I'm like, motherfucker, I've been more places than you. And if you want to compare receipts, and again, I'm not afraid to show receipts. That's one thing I'm not afraid to do is like, hey, you want to talk your shit? Hey, let's just show receipts. But yeah, ninjas. Ninjas just love crash out material, man. They like that shit. They'll sit on live streams, debate back and forth, threaten each other, want to box. Dude, you're not boxing with me, man. You pull up to me, though. I'm gonna put ass to face. It's really, really fast. And it's just like, you know what? Is what it is.
Say that a different way, bro, because I gotta check you on the ass to face, bro.
Hey, it's what it is, man. Hey, fuck all that pause shit. Listen, I'm gonna put you on your ass, man. It's what it is.
Right,
it's like,
that's a better way of putting it. Put you on your ass. That's a
all right. Thanks for correcting me.
Face thing there. That's a little.
Yeah. I mean, but you get what I'm saying, man. It's just like now you watch these streams, man. Everyone is threatening each other, or they want to box here, box there. Man, dude, who the fuck got time to box, man? Just scroll up and just go at it. Fuck all that talking back and forth shit, man. And this is where it become, man. It's just people just, I do this better than you. I do Medi better than you. I do Sasua better than you. I'm like, really? Y'all arguing over like where pros go hang out? That's what you guys call traveling? But it's what it is, man. I'm a nobody. I'm a hater in this space. So I stay in my lane, man.
I mean, like I said, it's a time you're gonna have new guys always rolling in. So eventually, the ones that are doing what they're doing, they're gonna burn out, and somebody's gonna come in and replace you. So take your 15 minutes of fame and keep it pushing. You know, because that's about all you're gonna get.
15 minutes, 5 minutes of fame, shit, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
right
it depends
now,
on
right now how YouTube's changing on a lot of things. A lot of the travel content is not being seen like that anymore.
Yeah,
YouTube
I mean,
changing, and it's
Philippines
just like,
has already required you to blur out the backgrounds if you don't have signed consents or people are saying they want to be filmed. You just can't film anywhere anymore. Thailand's looking at the same thing. Other countries are requiring, visas to actually have payment, and you don't get your first 30 days for free. So many different situations are coming out right now. What did Drew say?
Yeah, Drew. I was wrong. I said it the wrong way. My bad. But I mean, just look at how some of these countries are now banning people walking around with cameras.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all for it, man. I think it just got way out of hand, very creepo type approach. It just, yeah. I'm glad countries are putting stricter regulations around that, and you need to go to jail for that dumb shit.
Here we go. Some more content.
Have you heard of passport bros?
What is a passport?
Okay, passport bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible, and Western women don't want to be wives, that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
Like which countries?
Like Southeast Asia, Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Okay, so instead of ordering out, instead of using stamps.com.
Yeah, and bringing them here, they're like, we want to get out.
It feels more expensive, but
it is. And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men film themselves with these women and show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. Yeah, passport bros. Because Western women are so bad.
Did not know about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I'm here.
Interesting. I mean, I did marry a woman from abroad. I mean, she'd been in America since she was 12. But still, she's Israeli.
So here you go.
Yeah.
You're like a reverse passport, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she came here and she got citizenship, so.
You didn't import her?
I did not import my wife, no.
Make that very clear.
Did she get it right?
I don't. I'm not a passport bro. I don't define that shit. So I mean, maybe a passport bro could join in and talk about it. But again, it goes back to what I said earlier. It's like this is what you're known for. You're not known for nothing else but that.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and drop the link. Because all we're doing is playing videos and kind of reacting to them now. We'd like to get some of you guys' input, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in here for a little while. See what we get. Not, we'll close up. It's already pushing 2 hours. So feel free to add to the content. I just dropped the link in the chat. Go ahead and pull on up. If we don't know you, we just ask you kindly just to turn on your camera in the back room so we can verify you're not being crazy, and we'll let you on the panel. But how do you feel about our portrayal in the media? Are we getting the short end of the stick? Are we progressing in our media and our exposure to the world, or what? What's up, Drew? First one to the panel.
Salute, brothers. Salute. Sapase.
Nabule, man. Nabule.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I think I have not heard this, and I've been waiting for somebody to talk about it, but I have not heard on any panel, at least the shows I have watched. But this is a serious thing going on right now with Thailand and Cambodia. And I know a
Yeah,
lot of brothers run down to Cambodia to do that border run.
yeah.
Have you guys
A
been
lot of
following
guys,
what's going on
here,
there in
here,
Thailand
yeah,
and Cambodia?
I have, but a lot of guys in Thailand can't. Just like if there was something going on in the Philippines, you can't speak to it. You're here. They just won't renew your visa. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to stay in Thailand and you're close to it, like I think Zoom the Thailand is about to say something about it himself. But a lot of guys have already gotten on the mics and saying, hey, we're not going to say anything about what's going on. We just hope that both parties can come to an agreement and resolve it without lives being lost. That's
But you
about
would
all they're going to do to touch it. But yeah, there's a reason why you don't see a lot of guys in Thailand or myself in the Philippines speaking to their government. Where did Drew go? Well, Passport Blueprint, welcome to the live. Drew will be back up here in a second, I guess. Hold on, here he is.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I got dropped off. But I think you at least tell the guys that, hey, if you're making this border run, you need to make an alternative decision. You know, if that's your plan, the Cambodia border run, because now you're looking at catching a flight to the Philippines or somewhere else, another country.
Yeah, you always got
Vietnam.
Vietnam or someplace like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
is that a
I
cheaper
think
price
that
or more
Thailand border
expensive?
run has always been the quickest, right?
I don't know.
Thailand to Cambodia.
I'm not quite sure about that. I don't
That
know.
might have been. Oh,
Black Man Travels. Do you know which border is closer? Would it be Cambodia, Vietnam? Which one? Laos?
It's depends where you are in Thailand, but Cambodia is the closest. Laos is not the safest to travel to, so it's Cambodia. But right now, there's an issue at the border right now between Cambodia and Thailand where they literally shooting folks.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Nobody's really.
I saw some. I saw. Well, I've seen some unedited videos. Man, it's kind of gruesome. Yeah, dead bodies along the border, and
the border is not something that a lot of people like to talk about. And why certain situations are happening politically or other reasons. It's just not a pleasant topic when it comes to. Obviously, a news media organization will want to talk about it more so than somebody living in it. Besides to say, "Hey, I'm safe. It's still okay to be here in certain areas. It's not." And I would leave that to the guys that are actually in those countries before I would touch a topic like that myself.
I mean, not to have a topic, but I mean just to say, hey, if you're making alternative, if you made plans to make that border run, you need to make alternative plans because this is what's going on.
yeah. I would cancel those plans right now. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really think it's gonna escalate into a real war. I think it's just going to be like a border skirmish. Stuff like India and China do the same thing. Russia and India have done the same thing before. I mean, not Russia and India. I'm sorry. China and Russia have done the same thing. They've had border skirmishes for years. I think it'll be the same thing because Cambodia don't even have an air force.
True.
Not one plane. Not one plane.
Right now in the Philippines, there's a whole situation going on with China. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
But you don't hear nobody talking about it that lives here.
The situation it actually kind of reminds me of, if you guys recall, a few years ago, when it was a Dutch, I think it was Malaysian Airlines that flew over Russian airspace over. I guess it was a little skirmish going on, and they shot down a commercial airliner.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was years ago. That was a few years ago. That was it was actually Malaysian Air's worst year. They had the plane that went missing, still never been found. The plane that was shot down. There was another one that crashed in Singapore or somewhere like that. So I don't know. I would think that brothers would be like, hey, if that's what your plans were, you need to make alternative plans now. I would be like, leave it at that.
Right. And I would hope somebody that lives in Thailand would give those guys and actually produce something saying, hey, if you're extending, this is what I found. It's going to be the next place that you should be going if you're going to do a border run. A lot of those guys, though, that stay there and have extended their visas already, or they already got on their long-term visa programs, whichever one they chose to do. Like Zoom to Thailand's on one. I know Chocolate Man in Thailand's on one. You would think not Culture Clinician, but the guy that owns the restaurant called Culture, I'm sure he's on one. He owns a business there. A lot of those guys probably have already established some kind of long-term visa. It would be more the
short-term traveler
guys like BMT, maybe BMT would jump on that and add some kind of commentary to what might be a safe alternative if you're going to do a border run. You got one of the biggest crash out dummies out there right now, NYC The Future, I think is in Thailand right now.
Oh, he's there?
Yeah, he's there right now, as far as I know, unless he already left town. But they were saying he's stuck there. I don't know what that storyline's about, but
Well, I think he's been to the Philippines and Southeast Asia before, so I think he's pretty familiar. He's just a crash out.
right. And then supposedly Jay Rello is supposed to be heading back there. Again, I don't get it, But again, I don't want to keep talking about the crash outside of the house. You know what I mean?
Well, but Ronan, I know you don't want to talk about it, but at the same time, too, it kind of does go with the theme of the title, of tonight's episode a little bit. Because it's like, it's like, yes, the media does portray us in a negative light, but you got the crash out dummies. They're certainly not helping the situation. You know what I mean?
Facts.
They never do.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
No, they never do.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, it's like volunteering to be, Amos and Andy or something,
Right, and like I said, there's so many other positive channels out there, and one that I just finished watching, I was like, damn, I should put his let me see, share screen.
I saw a brother from the Philippines today that was really good.
He's not even a brother; it's a white guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I want to see if this is him. I followed him all along, and his channel is really a good channel. He's an American Marine, actually. Had his wife, Filipino, go back to Chicago with him for a while he finished up his career as a policeman. He's retired, built a home in the Philippines. Long-term channel. I followed him before I even came out here to the Philippines myself. I'm going to go ahead and show you the channel I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys can see his channel, but I'm going to go ahead and play a couple minutes of his stuff. See if we can hear it.
I don't know what tablia is, but anyways, I don't ask questions. So, that's all right.
Sorry, guys, I'm not supposed to be in this video, but I'm here because I'm a Filipina.
She said moral support. So anyway.
Moral support to Passport Bro.
Yeah, anyway, so I wanted to do a video on being a Passport Bro after 10 years. I do want to say I don't really care for that term. Veterans have been going to other countries, Japan, Korea, Thailand, the Philippines, all over South America, and been getting married for 30, 40, 50 years. They're still happy. So I don't really like the new phrase for it, but either way, that's how everyone is phrasing it. So regardless, I've now been one for, just about 10 years, which is why I think I'm qualified to talk about this topic. So yeah, here I am 10 years later, and I wasn't really ever planning on making this video because I didn't really think it was something that needed to be talked about.
I don't want to go ahead and play his whole video, but I mean, if you guys have time to go take a listen to his channel's called It's Me. You can see it right here at the top of his search bar, but really good, positive guy. Done a lot of good things as far as building his life here in the Philippines, and showing how you can move positively in a country and not be somebody that sticks out like a sore thumb. Great information on buying housing products, things like that. So yeah, and it's unfortunate. A lot of the people we got to follow is even black men, other communities people. We don't have enough people putting out enough positive content that once again in front of the camera. There's a lot of guys out there doing it, not a lot of guys out there trying to get in front of the camera to do it.
Yeah, I like to think too. What's his name? Andrew mentions this guy, Cuba Dave, all the time. Like when he, and Cuba Dave, it was believed he really screwed up when he decided to do an interview with the Times Herald. You know what I'm saying? Miami Times Herald. It got him landed in jail. Everything else.
Yeah, he was talking about females and a whole bunch of the other stuff that we don't want to elicit on this channel. But yeah, that's what got him in trouble. But I'm talking about positive brothers showing how to build homes, this, that, and the other thing. They might be doing it, but nobody wants to put it on camera. Nobody is filming it. I'm showing you these other channels, and that's where it goes into, is the media portraying us in a negative light? We're doing it to ourselves. The ones that aren't actually necessarily putting out the positive stuff, and the ones that are actually filming are the ones that are not necessarily showing the greatest respect for our culture and the other ones.
I brought this brother's name up on several panels, and I rarely see anybody even talk about him. That guy Carl Pierre.
Yeah.
Now he's a very positive. I mean, he's getting like into buying real estate. He's bought several properties in Italy, Colombia, different places. I actually watched Passport Heavy today, and I was looking at his Ghana videos, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't move to Ghana,
Passport
but it
Heavy
looks
is the
beautiful.
big one. Yeah, and he has huge.
Carl Pierre.
Pierre. He does a lot of European stuff, and that's
South
probably
America.
why he's not as big, is because he's doing a lot of the European stuff heavily, and brothers ain't trying to go that direction. They're looking for the cheap escape. They're looking for the cheap escape in the box more so than competent, good information on investments, things like that. Those channels don't seem to bring in the exposure unless you're like a Passport Heavy, where you're being heavily sponsored. You have your own crew. I mean, you got the Ace Lives and the Checks in Effect, and they're doing the travel stuff, but not a lot of guys are showing the investment and stable growth and buying homes and just showing you the natural progression of that.
Well, I mean, but at the same time too, Ronan, it's like, I mean, just look at, compare the income your channel brings in. And not that I'm not shitting on you guys. I respect you guys, of course, but just compare
about to say what income.
Exactly. What income? What income? What income? You know what I'm saying? But then you go to Jay Rello, and I mean, the man can't, he's demonetized on YouTube, and he's still getting at least $1,000 a show. I mean, I don't know. I haven't caught his last fundraiser or anything, but I don't know, how much he was.
I mean, to that point, it is what it is. Like Black Man Travel says, and a lot of other people, our culture for some reason is into the crash out. They're into the Jerry Springer, Maury Povich stuff. The younger guys are, and you just got to get in where you fit in, or you have to expand into other regions of the YouTube space and not focus on the ones. You know how we say you go where you're appreciated.
Mm-hmm. But
That's
see,
exactly
the thing
what
is,
it needs to do, and that's why, like the Carl Pierres of the world and everything else, they're not in that space. They probably got hundreds of thousands of views and followers. You just don't see them over here. You get what I'm saying? You don't see their content unless you actively go look for it.
Yeah.
But like Drew said, they're not being promoted. They're not being promoted in our community through other YouTubers, because that's not the type of content we'll promote them. Yeah. But
I don't know if you guys ever see these or not, but CNBC they have those little like they're probably like 30-minute clips of people who moved abroad and became expats. And there's a lot of those videos. I'd say the majority that I've seen, when you watch them, are all black females that have moved out of the country and doing different things.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's funny how they can get promotion and everything quicker than a black man can. That's a problem. You know, they're getting the exposure they need for their community, black women traveling, but black men don't get highlighted as much as black female.
Well,
why is it?
but you know,
Well, I mean, you know, there's a reason why, right?
Go ahead.
Black women understand the market. Black men don't. Black women understand that, listen, I need to talk about all facets of traveling. Black men focus on bitches. Only bitches. That's it. They don't show where they stay, what they're experiencing. They don't do tours. They don't show you
got a point
fancy
there.
restaurants. They don't show that. And that's why black male traveling sucks. It sucks. There's only a couple of guys that who are actually putting in work. Only a few. The rest suck. And I'll tell them in their fucking face, you suck.
You got a point there, brother. You got a point.
He does. He does.
I have to agree with Black Man Travels, because if you ever look at the black female travel space, their videos, the production is like very, very good, better than what the black guys are doing. They're very, very high production type of videos that they put out on these YouTube spaces. Is way better than what some of the black guys are doing.
True. I mean, I tell you, if you look right now, there's got to be 20 plus videos on what's going on in Sasua.
Yeah, but then too, you know, when it comes to women though, in general, they're just better like with cameras. Period. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, like, I mean, just take any dating site or whatever. You see half their photos look like, you know, they paid some modeling agency or something to take photos of them. You know what I mean? Versus us as men, we don't do none of that shit. You know, we just take a basic ass photo.
One of the ladies I follow in the space, her name's Sunday Love. I'm gonna try to show you her page. Great production value, great information. You know, almost 300 and some thousand subscribers. Unless you were in Japan, you would never know about her. But doing quite well for herself.
And again,
from buying real estate to how she works multiple businesses and everything else, she does it all.
And that's why women travelers, particularly YouTubers, TikTokers, they blowing men out of the water. I'm sorry, especially black women. They blowing them out of the water. Like now, I spend more time on TikTok than I do on YouTube, and I see the travel content on the TikTok. Man, some of the places that these women are going to, I'm like, wow, where is this? I see the black man travel, Susua, Cartagena, Meri, but a lot, you know, the Pattaya, not other areas of Thailand, Pattaya. That's all you see.
Yeah.
So really, that's why these corporate companies, branding companies, they go towards these women because they produce great quality content where a man and a woman can watch it. Versus when a man, particularly a black man, produce content, it's strictly focused on one little thing, man. Cheap $20 pussy.
Hey. Yeah, and companies, they, you know, you got to remember they got an image to protect, you know, so they're not going to be sponsoring. They don't want their names on smut.
And that's why you see a guy like Passport Heavy, he can still have the baddies on his. Oh, Passport Heavy has some baddies in his videos, but guess what? The video's not focused around them.
Smart.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm not going to cherry that much on the live. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes while it's daytime for me. I know on the East Coast over there in America it is what, 12:30? So or 1 o'clock, whatever. If you guys could go ahead and give me your last input on what's going on with the black men and new targeting, are we being, singled out in the mainstream media where maybe YT travelers and Hispanic travelers are not? Or is it our own fault? What's going on? And on your closing arguments, give you guys about a minute or so each. We're going to go ahead and close this out for the night.
I'll go first. I'll knock it out. I think that our image needs to be controlled by ourselves. I will take, for example, the Jewish community. They own a lot of the media, and they control their image very well. And I think we have to take that same look at our own image too, and try to control it the best that we can with our own like little media outlets, channels like yourself, Black Man Travels, and Fearless. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I think.
Darnell, go ahead.
Well, great show as always. Thank you for having me. Hopefully, we could change things, get this channel to grow. You guys can get the channel to grow a little bit more. Hopefully more people, we can convince people to stop enjoying the filth and go to something that actually helps, that actually helps them, in life, actually provides some value. But I don't know if anybody kind of remembers like black television, there's a handful of black sitcoms like way back in the 70s and stuff like that, and then the 80s. But like you had like Sanford and Son, and you had what was the one with John Amos? Good Times. Can't believe I forgot that. But you had Good Times, where it showed people, black people all struggling and stuff like that, poor black people. Then you got in the 80s, you finally had the Cosby Show. You had a Different World, where it showed, black kids going to college and things of that nature, instead of, struggling, hanging in the child line. Good Times,
Peach Rose, I need you to cam up real quick, and then I can bring you up on the live. You don't have to stay on the cam. I just need to know you're real. Thank you.
So basically, I think it's half and half. To sum it all up, I would say it's half and half. Part of it is, yes, the media portrays us in a negative light. I named a few. The movie Birth of a Nation. And for those of you that haven't seen it, it's basically a bunch of lustful black men trying to essay white women, and the Klan comes in and kills the black guy, and they're the heroes. The end, basically.
Okay.
The just all types of things, and so it is a part of the media, but at the same time, the J. Rellos of the world don't help. The New York City, whatever his name is, I forgot his name. He ain't helping.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. All right. Thank you for that, Darnell. Passport Blueprint, and then we'll get into Peach Rose.
Yeah, I think we just need to just keep traveling as what it is travel, do it for the experience. We really need to promote the positive brothers more and more. Like, Ronan, you was on my last show, and we had a lot of positive brothers out there. We was really pushing some good stuff. And, we want to make traveling, really, really positive about, getting residency and in different places and opportunities to, buy real estate and all this other stuff. This is the stuff that we want. We want to find that second home, getting second citizenship, not all this smut and dirt and all this other crap that goes on, with some of these other channels and stuff. Those are the ones that's hurting our image. And those are the things we need to, try to eliminate. But unfortunately, it's just due to the demographics. It's going to be hard to do, but it's only the algorithm that's the only thing that's going to change that. But these are the guys that's making money just basically off of donations, not because of AdSense or sponsorships and stuff. The Black women who are doing the actual traveling and they're doing a great job of, representing the Black community, overseas in terms of, the promotion of traveling and stuff like that. And their content is really good. We need to match that same energy, like them, and getting the same production style as them. That's what we need to do, So we just need to change, slight little tweak for all of us that are positive. We're doing all us positive brothers just do some tweaking and stuff on our production and stuff, and we're good. But like I said, the smut stuff has got to go.
Thanks. Thank you, Passport Blueprint. All right, Peach Rose, welcome to the live. I think this is your first time participating.
Yes.
What you have on the content? Well, we're talking about, black men is a sensitive subject for us, but you guys seem to be doing it really well. Are you a traveler? Where are you from?
I am right now. I'm originally from North. Oh, by the way, thanks for having me on. Hello, gentlemen, everyone on the panel. Thank you. But yes, I'm originally from North Carolina. I just moved to Knoxville, Tennessee a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And with me being around less Black people now, and then in the area that I'm in, and being exposed to, let's say, Black men or Black people in general that don't really come from condensed Black areas, like Knoxville is predominantly white. And the few Black people that I have met down here is, I say they're not really connected to the source. Like they didn't grow up as normal Black people did. So it's kind of different. I do want to piggyback off what the passport bro said about changing the image up a little bit with the smuttiness. I do want to agree with that a little bit. I'm just coming into the question posed.
Right. Obviously, you follow a lot of Black content creators, and are they more the majority Black women than Black men, and the quality between them?
I do have to say, now that I moved here, this is my first time having any social medias. So I grew up without a TV, and this year I decided to make a TikTok and a Snapchat. So I've been getting slowly exposed.
Brand new. Oh my goodness. You can be corrupted getting online and social media. Oh my goodness.
But I have been on YouTube, but not actively speaking, or I never went live or anything like that. But I do want to say I do want to add in, I feel like perhaps to improve the Black man's image, I feel like maybe if they're more publicly accepting of Black women, that the narrative would change as far as what people think about them and what people think about Black women as well. I feel like there's unity from Black women. I feel like there's more unity from Black women showing Black love than versus the other way around. So that in turn, the duality of that makes it inverted, and people can't really respect that. Like if we don't have a masculine backing behind us. And I just wish that we can show that unity of us versus the smutty side of what we can bring, because so far we've been reduced to Black men can provide physical pleasures, and that's the only thing they can provide, and then Black women only can be used for our bodies, and stuff. And I just feel like maybe if I know the disparity, I know that there's not a lot of Black role models out here, but when you look at the statistics, there's normal Black women that are trying to rise through the hierarchy in the world, and we're not getting shown that recognition versus the type of women that they're upholding, you know what I'm saying? And then that represents all of us when really that's not us, that's not us, and I just wish that we can have more of a backing from Black men, and I truly believe that will change everyone's perspective. And also get the men and women aligned with prestige upholding. It upholds us. Like if we say, okay, we got a group of Black men that are putting us on a pedestal, it's going to make us rise to that. You know what I'm saying? Versus of what we've been known for, what everyone wants us to be known for, but they know we're more capable. Like even Caucasian people or other races say, if you ever need help or you're alone and you need help, contact a Black man or a Black woman. They said that themselves. So even though even though on the outside they paint the picture of us in a certain way, deep down inside, spiritually, they know that they can come to us for certain things. And I just feel like if we exploit that a little bit more, that taboo feeling of, yes, people may be racist, but we've raised your children, we breastfed your children. There's certain qualities that you can't deny. There's an energy that you can't deny from Black men and women. So I feel like, if a man projects that sanctuary over, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, yes, I feel like Black men are in charge of that, of changing the whole narrative. If they somehow,
Can I chime in?
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Right. I mean, one thing I have to say is just being part of social media, like doing the whole YouTube now, TikTok, everything else. It all boils down to what you have in your feed. Like, I'm seeing a lot of positivity amongst Black people based on what I'm seeing. It's easily to focus on the negative because that's what sells. If you look at your everyday talk shows to your reality shows, it's all negativity. There's positive media being portrayed out there. It's just that we just choose not to see it. I see a lot of Black love out there when I go out. I see a lot of Black couples meeting, talking. But if you let social media tell it, social media make it seem that there's a war out there. And that's why I always tell people, step away, put your phone down sometime, take your shoes off and go step on some grass. Like, go out there to the real world and see how things are really happening. Because it's so easy to fall into an echo chamber where people just talking about bashing each other. Oh, there's no good man out there. There's no good Black women out there. There are good people everywhere. It's just that we get stuck in the house looking at shit shows. So
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, since I've joined social media and I've seen what people think of us and the TikToks and everything, I was bombarded with it. I didn't even know people thought of us that way. I consider myself pretty attractive, even though you see me with my hair kind of naughty and I got a little picture up or whatever. But when I get presentable, I'm fairly attractive, and I never came across racism.
That's the thing.
In that form, and then as soon as I joined the media, I'm like, oh my God, all this disparity, even with the most with this Love Island thing going on right now. And I just see how Black women, like, I just see that, and I'm just like, oh my God, I had no idea that we had to fight so much like this, and I'm just like, damn, maybe
again, yes. put the phone down, step away from the computer, and go out there and live your life. Because again, it's so easy to fall for this trap, and that's why this is the only live panel that I do. I don't join the other people's panels unless I know you. I don't sit there and watch YouTube all day. I go outside. I go outside and enjoy life. When you go out there, you see Black love. You see people getting married. You see people talking to each other. You see people, working out. You see everyday life. But if you stay in the house, glued to your telephone, glued to your computer or your television, you're gonna see nothing but negativity. So the whole Black unity thing, Black man versus Black woman, that's only online. This is not happening in the real world.
No, I feel like, yes, it's an unspoken thing. Like, it's taboo. It's beneath the surface. Some of these things are proven through social media, and everyone's jumping on the bandwagon because there's proof. There's proof of the disparity of,
Go put the phone down, go out there and talk to people. And see if you truly see what you see online outside. Yeah. Now, granted,
this is how you know the algorithm kicks in. Even when you go on Amazon and you go on a website to go and do some shopping, the next thing you know is being inserted to every other website you ever go on that you looked for this thing. So the algorithm does follow you from one app to another app, and it keeps on feeding you your interest. Yeah,
but that's not my interest. My interests are kayaking and rock climbing and stuff. I agree. The algorithm does show what they want you to show, but I also think you have to be interested in those things. Like, I'm not looking for these type of debates. Like, it came to me, honestly. And
you just ignore them. If
Luzana, all you have to do is hit the link at the top of the chat. It's already pinned. Do not
You'll see
recommend.
it on the chat.
Yeah, love Shauna. Like, you're a black woman. Like, I can't, like, yeah, I may be new to this social media thing and I haven't really felt it myself, but seeing the collective of women get together and say these things are happening, it made me take a step back, like, what's going on? And then I see black men, like with Shannon Sharp, for example, that no, that's not part of my algorithm at all, but like they say, he retired a white woman, but he won't even give anything to his kids. So it's like, is that what's going on? Like, is that what's
He
going
did
on?
voluntarily retire a white woman. Let's make sure that's clear. He
He
didn't
ain't
pick
got
out a
that.
white woman and just say, "I'm gonna retire her."
and also,
No,
not
but
only
from
that,
dating
but
her,
she.
but from
I was just gonna say real quick. I mean, the two, he ain't got nothing left to give his kids at this point.
But that was
Yeah.
before, but that was before the lawsuit. Before the lawsuit, he stated that he won't give his kids anything, and he didn't leave a legacy for them. But yet here he is,
But why do you care? How does his life affect you? Like,
because it's publicly shown that a man with this much esteem and success,
I see Shannon Sharp as a regular black man, as a football player, talking
he's
shit.
not a regular
That's it.
black man though. He's not.
He is to me. See, that's the thing. Like, we need
He
to stop
represents us though.
Okay,
He represents
no, he does not.
successful black.
See, that's the problem. Be mindful who you put on the pedestal. He's
Yeah, I
just a
have to
man to
disagree
me.
with you too.
He's just a man to me. If I see him in public, I will not even acknowledge him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you too. He doesn't represent
find
us
that
as a collective.
disingenuous.
No,
I
he's
find that
not. Because the thing is, okay, for one, I was raised in Miami. I'm used to seeing celebrities, football players. I travel the world. I've seen people. Listen, we live and we die. At 47, I've come to terms to that. Hey, we all gonna die someday.
Facts.
So while we living, what type of life are you gonna live while you here in this world? I don't got time to look at another man because he has more money than me. Fuck him. Is he a good man? Is he a good person, a good woman? That's all that matters to me.
Maybe
Now,
you don't, but he's in the Hall of Fame. He's what
See,
a
again,
lot of young
see,
black
you-
men look up to. They want to be
See,
him. But I'm just saying, he has a following. Whether you don't follow him or not, you've already grown.
See, that's
You've
the
already been
problem.
a
See,
teen.
and that's
But
the
a lot of
problem.
black people are following him. A lot of black
And
men
that's
are
the
following him. A
problem.
lot of younger men.
That's the problem
Because
right
it's
there.
hard for him to be in his position and be as successful as he is. Because of course you're amplified. It's hard for a black person to be on ESPN or
No.
be in the
See,
NFL Hall
okay.
of Fame. Like
This
that's
is where I
not
gotta
something to
push
look
back.
forward to.
He
He's
put
a role
himself in
model.
he put himself in that dumbass situation. He did.
Truth.
He put himself in that situation. He fucked up that bag.
But that doesn't take away all he's done.
Wait, hold on. How many times did he even say openly that he would not date a black woman? He said this plenty of times. But yeah, he put a little old average woman, a 19-year-old at that, settle with her for $23 million. Because
that's what I was saying. Maybe publicly, if we had more black men, especially in the public sector, uplifting black women, then maybe the disparity, like maybe it wouldn't be so racially divided.
I'm pushing back because a lot of black men are uplifting black women. The thing is, you guys want the cream of the crop type of man to worship y'all. That's not gonna happen. You have everyday hardworking brothers out here living good integrity lives, putting you women on the pedestal, but you guys don't want to hear them. You want to hear the motherfucker that wants to be seen, that talk the loudest. And guys, you remember in the beginning, I talked about this. The ones that talk the loudest are the ones that get seen. There's tons of good people out there that just quiet. They just go to work and they come back home, and that's it. Live a simple little life. They're not never seen and never heard. But guess what? They go worship celebrities, athletes that treat people like shit. Oh, that he needs to set an example. Fuck them. Stop putting these people on a pedestal because they don't get one flying fuck about you. I'll tell you that right now.
Facts. You preaching, boy. You preaching tonight.
But here's the thing, and let me say this. Peach, hold on one second. Let me say this. When you were in high school, right? The high school football guy. It's popular for a reason, right? because he was doing something that the rest of everybody else in his school couldn't do. I used to say this to my son when he played football. His freshman year, there was 100 freshmen that made the team. Okay. By his senior year, there was only 20 of those original players left that made it to their senior year. But every game, everybody's like, we won the game. Same thing in the world. Everybody's like, we. What we? It was him. He did the work. But everybody lives vicariously through these figures. They're normal people. And yes, they excelled at a certain sport, and that's great and wonderful. They've made their families a whole bunch of money. But it doesn't make them a role model. It doesn't give them any greater morality than what they were taught from their homes. They just now have they just now have the access and the money that gives them the ability to show out in front of the world. But it doesn't make them a better person just because they made money. And Love Shauna, I saw you, but for some reason, if your camera is not plugged up or your mic is not plugged up, I can't bring you on. And before I can bring you on the panel, I just need you to cam up in the background. Okay, let's try it again. But she did try to click on the link. But go ahead, Peach.
I mean, yes, I do agree with that certain aspects. Yes, we know that certain people are put up in position. Once they get up there, they lose who they really are and where they came from, and it just overtakes them with that part of the world. But I feel like for a lot of Black people as a collective, when they see someone moving up in the world, we do give a lot of energy to them spiritually. And it may not equate to the same type of wealth that white people respect, but Black people, you know what I'm saying, we respect things a little differently to what we pay our energy to. And I feel like you got to be responsible for that. And I don't know, like, is that not what's going on? Like, I don't know, like I grew up without a TV, so I'm thinking that.
Right. But here's the thing.
I'm thinking that these people know that they have a responsibility.
Let me make this point. Since you grew up without a lot of TV, your influences were your family.
With no TV. Yes.
Right, with no TV, even better. So your influences were the positive reinforcement of your family and your moral upbringing.
Yes.
Now let's throw all that to the left. Most of the people who grew up with TVs, their parents really didn't help them. They were in single family homes, and half the time they didn't get the attention they need. So they grew up with those influences to look up to. And that's the problem.
I think I kind of somewhat understand her point. It's kind of like, anybody remember the Juice, O.J. Simpson back in the day, had the Hertz commercials, go Juice, go, and I mean, he was like an idol for Black people way back in the day. He was like, man, I mean, it's hard to describe what he was like in the 70s and 80s, you know what I mean? Before the whole wife thing. But, it was that kind of worship, though. That's what I think she was trying to get at is, it's like, who do we have to look up to?
Here's the thing. It's the same thing in the Black community.
And we see what's going on.
Listen, in the 80s, kids looked up to the guys that had the money. Even in the 60s, kids looked up to the guys that were pimps or drug dealers or worked for the gangs or the gangsters, because they had the money. So they were looking for the flash, the easy dollar, not the hardworking plumber, not the hardworking businessman in the background that wasn't as flashy to provide for his family. They're looking at the flash and how they got there, but not
necessarily. Like, I've been on TikTok. I just use Shannon Sharpen as an example, but even plumbers or whatever, there's still men being called out for, or Black men doing regular things, just being called out for the mistreatment of Black women in general. And I understand, people's preference or whatever, but it's just not equally reciprocated.
At what point does a woman take accountability for picking these sorry type of dudes? It's like we always focus on
that part. Wait. Men be lying when you talk about accountability. Yes, there's some women that doesn't have good discernment, but there's also men lie. Okay, and
hold on. Let her listen. Peach, you have to understand how we run this panel. We're not going to overtalk each other. You got to be able to have the competency to listen. and then respond. I don't know what happened if she backed out or somebody kicked her. But when you're on this panel, we allow each other to get our points out first before you interact with the response. Okay? So if you want to hit the link and come back up, I don't know what happened and why you dropped off. But yeah, we try to interact in a way that we know each other are listening before you respond. But go ahead, Black Man Travels, get your point out whether she comes back or not.
This is bullshit, man. Bullshit. I've heard women say this shit so many damn times. I'm like, really? I can see the damn fucking red flags when I meet a person. You chose not to see those red flags. You chose to think that, hey, there's a possibility that you could probably convince them to change. You take some level of accountability. It's like they select the wrong type of man. They want all men to defend that shit. Look, I'm not gonna defend a sorry ass dude. I'm not. That's not in my position. There's tons of good brothers out there doing amazing, great things, but guess what? They're getting overlooked. It's what it is. Just like same thing. Tons of good women out there who do amazing things that will be a good wife to a lot of men, but yet man want hoes. Man just want the hoes. That's it. Look, I'm speaking from a reality perspective, man. I'm keeping this shit real to the 100. I'm just tired of the bullshit, man. It's just like, stop it. Take some level of accountability, man. It's just like, you fucked up. You chose the wrong dude. There were red flags that you chose to ignore.
Man,
and now you want regular good dudes to come and fucking stand up for you? Fuck that. I'm not doing that.
And you know, it's so funny you say that is that, we just got done with a trial with Diddy, and you listen to the accountability. There was none with the women. Oh, there was so many red flags with him to not do certain things, but they still took no accountability.
You know what I find interesting about that though? Since you brought it up, was allegedly Cassie was quoted as saying, she was asked, well, why didn't you just leave Diddy? And she's allegedly Cassie responded, because Jay-Z wasn't available.
There you
go. It's like, okay, so you're on the stand here talking about I'm the victim, and again, I'm not trying to say, hey, she didn't, I'm not saying she deserved what happened to her by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, you can't say I'm the victim, and you made and acknowledge, hey, I made a conscious decision to be with him, and not only that, but then the male escorts that hired were all hired by her, or 9 out of 10 of them were hired by her or paid by her.
She chose the male escorts. She chose them.
She sure did. She sure did.
Wait, hold up. She planned the parties.
Right.
Yeah.
She chose the outfits that they worn at the damn parties.
Mm-hmm.
She participated. She scheduled the events.
Didn't I say that earlier about how women can be masterminds in certain things and the men wind up becoming the actual centerpiece? What's up, love, Shauna?
Oh, I'm back. Okay, I fixed it. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. You're welcome.
How are y'all?
Good. Welcome to the
doing well.
What do you have to add to the conversation? I know we kind of got off topic, but something must have sparked you real bad to make you want to jump up here, because you wanted to react to somebody's comment.
I like the fact that y'all have females. Let me check this phone. I like the fact that y'all have females. I feel more comfortable. But I just wanted to kind of chime in on what the last lady, I don't know her name, what she was saying as far as and see, I have to still go back. I still have to go back because I was trying to fix the mic in the camera access. So I'm not really sure. I'm kind of lost.
You must be driving or in a certain area where your reception is really bad. You're breaking up, but you can comment on whatever sparked you to wanting to make a comment. You don't have to stay with whatever she was saying. What was it about the live tonight that made you want to hit the link and make a comment?
I just chimed in. So I was trying to fix my mic time while I was conversating, but I kind of agreed with what the sister was saying, and I agreed with the gentleman. I just, like I said, the camera cut off so fast, and I'm trying to fix it, so I don't even want to right now to things. You know what I'm saying? Everything's good. Kind of caught me off guard. I didn't even know I was online. I'm fixing it.
I can back you down until you can fix it. Hold on, just raise a thumb, or there's a private chat button. I'll back you back down until, because you're breaking up really bad and it's kind of hard to understand. I'll back you down off of the panel and let you fix it, and then you can either show me a thumbs up, or there's a little tab on the side, private chat. You can send me a chat and let me know you're ready. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead, fellas. Because I couldn't really understand what she was saying. It kept on breaking up so much.
I understood a little bit, but yeah, like you said, she was breaking up real bad, but it sounded like she was saying she agreed a little bit with what the other lady had said and with what Black Man Travels was saying. And then the rest was inaudible.
Right. And I don't know if it's my internet or not, because I'm getting a lot of digital.
Yeah, I mean, on my end, it was broken too, so I don't think it's your internet.
Okay.
Hey, man, you coming in pretty good, transmitting all the way from the Philippines tonight.
Hey, I'm trying to make it work, bro. You know, I'm trying to get the strongest signal I can before I get mobile.
Chill. You know,
But, I mean,
just to kind of switch topics until they maybe come back up on here. Roni, you should check out this other brother I found in Philippines called Pinoy Floyd.
I know him. He does a lot of real estate
Yeah.
videos where he goes and checks out. He's got a girlfriend that helps him film, and he does apartments and helps people with finding real estate in different areas. So yeah, I know who you're talking about. I watch his videos too. And then he does some food stuff and some other things, but his main thing is different properties and interviewing people in real estate and why they decided to come to the Philippines, things like that. So yeah, I watch his shows. I definitely follow him. Hassan, who's a Marine as well. Like I said, there's a lot of Philippine content creators here.
Ton of them.
And then once I get established and start filming real content, as far as going to the beaches and different things like that with my girl, then I know my channel will pick up a lot more. But right now, it's just, I just moved in here last Wednesday, so just trying to get settled in before I start spreading my wings a little bit more.
Yeah, I want to see you link up with the Black Filipino.
Yeah, that would be a flight into the Philippines. Maybe when I got an appointment with the VA or something like that, I can arrange some time sitting down with him while I'm in town. You know, but yeah, Black Filipinos, somebody I wanted to get in touch with. Since I'm not looking at real estate, Pinoy Floyd would just be a casual type of thing.
Yeah, I think you're doing the best thing, brother. Now that because I think that's the Black Filipino just did a video about real estate and how flooded the market is there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of vacancies. I guess that's what I was trying to say, not flooded.
Yeah, they're overbuilt, and it's right now the way the market is and how much projection they have even in the condos that are already being pre-built. They're 8 years of running out of properties. They don't have enough buyers to cover up 8 years worth of properties.
Crazy.
And then even where I'm at, I'm in a whole compound. I'm in a community. And the Filipinos do everything kind of a little backwards, where usually their amenities are things that bring you into a community, right? Like the clubhouse, a weight room, the pool, things like that. They don't do the community area until last, after all the properties are sold. And this guy, the naval guy that I just leased this property from, been here 4 years. The last time I talked to a real estate agent, they're projecting another 2 years before the community center is done.
Wow.
You're talking about 6 years out of the actual completion of phase 2 of this property that I'm in before the community center is done, before the pool is done. Come on, that should have been the first thing that was done.
Yeah, it sounds like they were trying to get the unit sold, you know, in order to raise
Now,
money.
again, I try to stay away from political stuff, but definitely money is being spent in places that don't need to be spent.
Oh well.
All I can say.
Yeah.
But again, the guy that owns the overall community is a politician.
Cool. It doesn't like the women are gonna jump back on.
Well, you know, one seemed like she was in her car. I don't know if she was driving or what, but she has to find a stronger signal. She was dropping out. But yeah, we were closing out anyway 30 minutes ago. We were entertaining the extra visitors.
Hey man,
But,
that's when that fire comes. You gotta.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be available to take in the extra fire and maybe bring in some new people. And I appreciate everybody joining us tonight on the live. Please hit the subscribe button if you're on the replay mode. Subscribe and make a comment in the comment section. Let us know you stopped through. I always get that later. And then, like I said, support all the channels of everybody that's on the panel. Black Man Travels, Passport Blueprint. Darnell doesn't have a channel. Drew doesn't have a channel. I tell you to go support their channels. And then Fearless Travels. We appreciate it. We're about 3 hours and 5 minutes in. And we're going to go ahead and end the live now. And ladies, if you decide to come back, we have lives every Friday night. Every once in a while, you'll catch us on. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Next time we go live, you're more than welcome to add to the conversation. And we always enjoy ladies coming up on the panel. As long as we can keep them on topic, we good. Black Man Travels, you got anything before we go? He's like, deuces, I'm done. I got to work out.
Y'all.
All right,
Take
brothers.
it easy,
I
guys.
appreciate you guys stopping in. Yes, sir. And we are.
I know I've been quiet for a minute, I've been grinding, still in it, I've been counting these digits, excuse me. I know I've been quiet for a minute, but I'm back on my business. If you see me, don't trip, just excuse me. Wrong, that's why I do me no matter what, so excuse me. Lie if I do, lie if I don't. The proof is in the story, you can see that, excuse me. The crash came when the cash came, spend it for you get it like those rookies all on draft day. For the love like it's match game, hit the ground. They really do it for my last name. They act different when the facts change. I'm not with the tit for tat games. In my own league, I don't hang with lame. I know I've been quiet for a minute, but I'm back on my business. If you see me, don't trip, just excuse me. Wrong if I do, wrong if I don't. That's why I do me no matter what, so excuse